What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. We're a niche channel reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at @6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. Sir, welcome, y'all. Sixth element of hip hop is the show. I am your host, Reno, and this is Sada right here. What's good, Sada?
Hello.
We are just chilling. It is Black Friday, and we have time on our hands. We said, let's hop on here and talk some shit.
Let's talk some mess.
It's because there's a lot of things going on in the world of comics and DC and Marvel and it's a lot of controversy. With especially with Marvel. Their latest rumor of the gender swapping of the Silver Surfer. Talking about a female Silver Surfer for Fantastic Four. That's just what the MCU needs, right?
Of course.
That's what's really missing. But I don't know, man. I'm like I'm a Marvel guy, always have been, and just never thought I would say this, man. But I think this is DC's time. I think
we'll have to see.
Yeah, you may not share my optimism with Gunn's DC, but it's shaping up to look pretty cool so far. I think Nicholas Hoult is a good casting for Lex.
I think all the casting aside
DC.
from one person for the Superman Legacy movie, I think has been pretty good. Like I haven't had any issues with the casting choices. I just don't really trust Gunn and his direction for the
I feel you. I hear you.
And that movie in particular is really the make it or break it for that cinematic universe. Like if that doesn't have any type of positive, like overly positive reception, I don't know that the new DC, it's going to be in the same place that the MCU is in right now. So it's like,
what I see Gunn doing and what I see this movie shaping up to be is just, and it's very simple. It's like, it seems to have comic fans in mind. It seems to the castings look like the characters. The storylines are from the comics. Like it's gonna be familiar to comic fans. And James Gunn is great about comic accuracy, or at least giving that vibe. Like, hey, this is a comic book movie. And like and I mean, there's nothing in the past of his that I haven't loved. And I don't know if his style fits DC, but we will find out. And like I said, the fact that he's got all these characters for this Superman movie, all these different characters, that's awesome to me, because that rings like the comics to me, or even like the cartoons and stuff like that. Like whenever we see a Superman movie, it's a Superman movie. But like in the comics, when Superman's doing shit, the Green Lantern pops up, and this guy pops up, and all these people are doing shit, and they're all involved, and it's not just about Superman and these other guys don't exist. But that's how the movies always make it seem. But I do like the fact that he's got all these different characters involved in this Superman movie. So that'll be the first time we've ever seen that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, like that the Terrific is gonna be there, Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl. I don't know how long they're going to be there. Hopefully not too long, because I feel like as it stands, I just think it's bloated for a Superman movie. I'm not exactly sure what story he's trying to tell. But I just feel like this is our first look at a brand new Superman since Henry Cavill. I feel like it's kind of bloated right now. But maybe they're not in there for long, and it's just to get buzz for the movie. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But I'm not necessarily against them being in the movie. It just depends on how long.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, but again, like I think that's something that is cool about it. The fact that it is, like you say, bloated. It's got all these characters from the comics. That sort of sets it apart from Superman movies in the past, which I love. I love.
What's up,
Well,
everyone?
talk. What up?
What's happening?
You
Hello,
made
hello.
it. You made it.
Superman
Yes,
Legacy
sir.
and all
Yes,
the
sir.
casting that has come
Mhm.
out.
Yeah, talking about the the contrast right now, DC and Marvel, and it seems like DC is sort of taking the lead, man. At least in my opinion, what I see, it seems like DC is starting to, at least James Gunn's DC is starting to shape up to really be more comic fan friendly, more comic type, And I hate to use the term comic accurate all the time, but because that's not really it's not comic accurate. I don't want it to be a direct adaptation or anything, but I wanted to feel like a comic book.
Yeah, yeah.
Feel like the characters that I know from the comics and
I was,
stuff like that.
what was it? Yeah, actually, was it yesterday? Or the day before yesterday, I was watching Blue Beetle with my sons, and it was decent, but there were certain things that were like I found like slightly exploitive in
Mhm.
like instead of characters, they had caricatures. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they're,
So
they're
it's
good for that.
and I was like,
Unfortunately.
but
Yeah,
but I guess they're gonna run with Blue Beetle because they had the end credits. You know,
right.
it's a very interesting ending to it, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool, I'm with it.
Yeah, he's one of the I think he's the only character that's gonna sort of make it over to the new DC, the DCU,
Mm,
from the DCEU, because he was like, Blue Beetle was gonna be part of the old DC.
mm,
But yeah, I guess, Gunn, the Blue Beetle's the perfect character for James Gunn. He's lesser known, and that's sort of his sort of specialty. So he definitely wanted to use him, and then the momentum was there. It was a popular movie. People liked it. The character's good. But yeah, I agree with you. Definitely some caricatures and stereotypes, and
yeah,
like Sada said, they're good for that.
but it was an exciting movie though to
It
me.
was.
Crazy. I wish he would have got real ill with the police officers though, because they were really well, not the police, that secret force or whatever. I I wanted them to get crazy because when they started
Yeah.
messing with Abuela, you can't do that.
Yeah.
um,
You got to go all out,
I know.
right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Blue Beetle was the first movie I was sitting there watching, and I finally realized what superhero fatigue was,
Mm,
because I'm watching and I'm like it's not the same, but it is like it's that same recipe. It's the same kind of thing. The origin, and the guy gets the powers, and da da da. It's like, you know, it's that same formula, and
but
it's almost like they're just redoing the same movie with different characters all the time.
but that's the superhero formula.
That's the origin story.
That's always been
Yeah,
since the creators of superheroes. There's always got to be a trial. You got to be an innocent or someone who's on down on their luck, and all of something
Yeah.
happens. Now they're great, and now they got to have responsibility with their greatness, and they got to accept it. And then you know that's
And,
just
and, and people like
yeah.
that's right. That's the origin story. I mean, that's the formula. But I think when they say superhero fatigue, I think people are kind of tired of that same story. It's like, okay, we get how superheroes are made. We get the origin story. We get the idea of how it works, and we've seen it a bunch of times.
Mm.
Let's jump right into the action now. Let's jump right into this guy's life. Like year 2, year 3, year 4 down the road, he's been doing this for a while, and jump right into a story just like the comics would, or a cartoon would, or an animated movie or any other thing.
yeah. I
Yeah.
Uh,
think if they had a more creative way to tell the origin story, I think people would not necessarily be as fatigued. Because for a character like Blue Beetle, who's kind of unknown, you need that. Like you need to have that.
yeah.
Whereas a character like Batman or Superman, you can skip and go to like year 2, year 3, and I think the general public and comic fans, of course, will be fine. Like, but Blue Beetle kind of needs that, and if they just had a more creative way to retell the origin story, I think it would have been received maybe a bit better. So yeah,
that's
people are
true.
just tired of like this like generic storytelling when doing superhero movies.
Yeah. Or could they not cram that into a montage or like a beginning 15 minutes of the movie? You know, we could do like I said, we know it well, we know how it goes. So like you could cram that sort of origin into the first 15-20 minutes. We get it, okay, and let's get into some story. And then I think that might relieve the fatigue, if you know, quote unquote, or like you said, if there was some, you know, new innovative way to tell it. But how many
That's what
times
Gunn should do with this Superman.
Yes.
Like, you know, you have that what's that I forget the music, but it's like I forgot what it's called, that who writes it, but like most of the movies that go through that quick introduction, they say, well, this is how it started. Okay,
Right.
then it's over here, and then here, and now we're here now.
I think that has to happen for Superman for sure. Because like we're at a point, like we know. They literally had an animated Superman show come out this year, which was really good. And they kind of didn't have that. Like they didn't have the typical, oh, he arrives on Earth, It's kind of Clark filling in the pieces as the show goes along, which is a new way to tell it. So it's like you can do it, you just gotta think of it. So hopefully that happens with this movie, because I really don't want to see like the Superman origin story.
It's funny you mentioned. It's funny you
narrated.
And it's funny you mentioned the animated movie, because that is the way that they're going to tell this, in the way that, you know, Clark's been there on Earth for a while. He's got his powers, but he doesn't have any idea really about Krypton. He doesn't know about Kal-El. He doesn't know where he's from. He doesn't know any of that stuff yet. And it's like later, you know, in his maybe late teens, early 20s, I think, where he discovers about Krypton and all of that stuff, like in that animated show. That's how they did it, and that is how they're going to do it in Legacy, where the movie's going to be sort of him finding out and coming to grips with his Kryptonian heritage, the fact that he's Kryptonian and he thought he was this, you know, corn-fed middle America, you know, down home good old boy, and finding out that he's actually an alien and dealing with that. And then we're gonna have Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, which is a cool casting, and he's not gonna start off as a villain. Think more Smallville, like where he's not gonna be like Superman's best friend, but he won't be, you know, he'll be just a powerful businessman, but he's still, you know, thinks of himself as sort of a good guy in a way. You know, he doesn't become like the big villain yet. I think Brainiac will be the big bad in this one, at least in this film. And, you know, Lex Luthor will sort of just notice Superman and sort of maybe, you know, part 2 or 3, Lex will become the bad guy or whatever. But that, you know, that you're going to have, like you said, sort of Hawk Girl and Green Lantern and Mr. Terrific. Yeah. Played by the same guy that played Darwin in the First Class. Yeah.
Yes. That was what a waste of a character in that movie. But yes.
I'm telling you, man, that pissed me off. That really pissed me off, because he's a dope character in the comics too. Yeah.
The Nicholas Hoult casting, I'm a little weary about, just because like it's not really his fault, but he just, I can't see him as like a bad guy necessarily. Like I can't see him as like I can't see him like
he played a bad.
I don't know, but maybe if he's more so manipulative in that nature, I don't know. Like I don't know if I can see him as a bad guy. It's similar
I feel you.
to like someone like Tom Holland. Like I can't see it. I don't know. They just have that demeanor in that face. It's not like his fault. That's just me. So
no, you're not wrong. I feel you. I felt the same way. I seen an interview with him like earlier, and I was like, oh, like how he looks now. He had like a beard. He looked, I don't know, he looked more, I'm gonna say manly, but he did. He looked less boyish. He you know, and I thought, okay, yeah, he could, because that's how I thought. I was like, he's just like the scrawny kid, like not Lex Luthor, but yeah, I seen how he looks recently. I don't know. I feel he could pull it off, and he is a great actor. He did something. He was a bad guy in something. I forget what it was, man. It was something he did. He played a sort of bad guy. I forget what it was, but it was like a right on the border. And like I said, especially in this movie, he's not going to be a bad guy per se. He'll be, just a businessman who we know eventually becomes, a bad guy, but he'll be, I don't know if he'll be like a philanthropist or what he'll do, but that's, in some way he thinks of himself as, a good guy, like sees himself as the main character kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I feel like that's Lex all the time, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
exactly. He just hasn't crossed any lines yet. Hasn't done anything to make himself a villain yet. But they've also cast his what's her name?
Mercy?
Nah, the she rocks with Lex Luthor in the movie. Gene Hackman always had her with him.
Oh, Miss
yes.
Mrs. something. I forgot.
Starts with a T.
Yeah, no.
Not Trotter.
Oh, that lady? That's the lady I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, she was.
Somebody.
Tess.
Yeah.
Tessmaker, something like that. Yeah.
Tessmacher.
Tessmacher. There you go. Yeah,
Miss Tessmacher.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the one lady. I was like, I don't know who the hell that is. Okay.
Okay. Yep. She will. Yeah, she's been cast. It looks pretty good. Miss Tessmacher. Miss Tessmacher. Yeah.
Jimmy Olsen's casting is like pretty perfect. I really don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, how do you say his last name? Gizondo, I think that's how you pronounce that. But yeah, that looks pretty darn good. I have no issues with that.
Yeah. The cat. Yeah. One thing again that's what I mean. Like DC is. The characters, the actors look like the characters that we know. They're not doing any major gender or race swaps where they just look, unrecognizable. That right there, it lends itself to comic accuracy, and that's all fans really ask for, man. It's all we want. It's not hard. You can tell whatever stories you want. Just let me at least recognize the places and the people and what's going on. You know what I mean? Like in comics, it's great that it's always a great new story. That's fine. Yeah. But but we know who they are. Like, I gotta see who it is. Like, and if it's a new character, they make a big deal out of that. They don't just act like, oh, it was, oh yeah, you didn't know Silver Surfer was always a woman. You didn't know.
What?
It
yeah, that's crazy right there.
Yeah. But
not crazy. It's not crazy, but it's crazy in the sense where why choose it now for the new MCU?
Right. Why?
It's the worst possible time to do that.
Surfer in live action since like 2008 or whenever that sequel came out. Was it 2011? Whenever that came out, that's the last time we've ever had him. Like, I don't understand the choice to do that. I don't really get that.
But yeah,
and it's not gonna add any type of like pizzazz like that. They always think it's gonna like push up the character, and it doesn't ever. It's like, who cares?
Yeah, it's gonna be creative and innovative and shocking. No, it's just annoying. You're just pissing people off.
To the theaters. No, it's not.
No,
people.
Yeah,
that's it. You're gonna alienate people.
Have terrible writing attached. It's like it's not gonna work. So it's like,
yeah.
It's gonna be the boss bitch from outer space.
Yeah, that's the tagline right there.
You know, you
Oh,
can't do that. You know, I mean, why not? If they really wanted to do some real sideshow type, not sideshow, but something creative, but make it more woman centric. Why don't you do something? Why don't you make a movie called Mary Jane?
Right.
Her
Well,
ordeals with Spider Man going through, you know, her thing being with this dude, and he's going out on adventures, but she could have some. She's always in peril and stuff like that, going through her stuff, and you know what I'm saying. Do something different like that, then.
but no, you know why I like that, because it's a chick flick. It's set up that way. It's what it is, and we can appreciate that.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. That's what it is. I can appreciate, but don't set it up and make me think it's this, and then
yeah,
I come and find out it's weirdly a chick flick out of nowhere. That's weird.
but
Like, what are you doing? Like, that's just weird. Like, but like you said, if you just make it like that and package it that way and put it out, we'll love it. You don't have to trick us. Like, I feel like you're trying to fucking pull a fast one, or you're just playing me for you think I'm an idiot.
yeah, like what, you know, it'd be interesting to find out what Mary Jane goes through dealing with
Sure.
Spider Man and the villains and stuff like that, or you know, maybe she interacted with the villains before Spider Man, like you
right,
know, on her daily routine or meeting
right.
these people you don't know, and from her
Anything.
perspective, that would be dope.
That would be great.
I
But the
be yeah.
problem is,
What I'm
the Mary Jane, or I'm sorry, Michelle Jones in the
Mhm.
MCU already like written terribly. So it's like to even try and do that at this point in time,
Couldn't
they
use her.
missed out. Like they really just missed out, and you would have had a set like. Because Zendaya is so big, like people would just come to the theaters to see her, and then you write that story, and it would have been great. But it's like they really just missed out on that, and I don't know that they could do it. So
Yeah. And shout out to Lito's Way. And you
that
know what?
is
That
true.
is that's the worst part. That is the worst part. You know why? Because that right there gives them the excuse to say, look, it is comic accurate. It is legit, right? We're not making shit up. We're not race swapping or gender swapping, whatever. And it's like, yeah, that was like one comic. That was like a tidbit. That was a footnote. Don't act like that's just comic accurate because it happened once. But like, yeah, there's a female Nova. Um, the female Nova was fire had like fire. She was dope looking. Then there's a female Silver Surfer Juno, and she was like his wife though, and they like went together, I think.
Yeah,
But
that was in the Earth X series. The
Earth X,
yeah, or
right? A whole other multiverse, and that's what I'm saying. Like, don't try to fucking make it like it's part of the 616. That's just it's
Oh,
insulting. It's insulting. But if you want to make a Elseworlds movie or a side thing, or yeah, like let's do a thank you, Stu, a what
yeah,
if.
honestly,
yeah.
just make it a nice little what if episode. Like
No
I
problem.
don't know. And then you already have the foundation right there. So when you want to introduce her in the future, there you go. You can do it. Whatever. Like it's not a big deal. I just feel like to start off with it, their motives. You're not doing it out of actually wanting to like flesh out this version of the character. No, you're just doing it to check a checkbox, and it's like I'm good at this point.
Yeah. Well, like I said, going back to DC, and the fact that they are doing this shit right. Superman Legacy will be based on I think the best modern Superman comic ever, All Star Superman by Grant Morrison. And Grant Morrison is easily one of the best comic book writers, just a great writer, period. That I think is a great source for film adaptable comics, because his shit is so deep and well done. Like, it's really like basically like a movie. They're already set up dope. It was originally published in 2005, 2008. Super quick became the quintessential Man of Steel story, and it's thorough dismissal by the movie Man of Steel caused a sort of allergic reaction that some fans are still upset about. And you know, I think the announcement of this, of Gunn's, Superman Legacy wasn't just an announcement of a new movie, but for the first time in decades, Warner Brothers and DC distinctly used art from actual Superman comics to give people an idea of what to expect. That is fucking dope. And what comic did they pull from? All-Star Superman. And now, roughly a year ahead of Superman Legacy's release, DC's launching a bold but risky new line of comic reprints called DC Compact Comics that will be a smaller in size, like manga and prose novels that you see in mainstream stores, with a lower price point. And these books will also be published to just more than comic stores and bookstores. You'll also have them in like mass market retailers and shit like that. So yeah, look for those DC compact comics where you can probably find them at Walmart and all that too. But yeah, All-Star Superman, definitely one of the flagship launches of DC's compact comics program too. And as James Gunn, new sort of era of DC filmmaking comes into focus, I think we'll see a tighter integration with source material of comic books a lot, much the same way that it's been on Gunn's Twitter feed. You see him on Twitter, and look for DC to be aligning everything it can on its end to be ready for Superman Legacy in 2025. And if you're, I think this is the franchise for comic fans, man. I don't think it's the MCU anymore. It's definitely. I never thought I would say that, I mean, being a hardcore Marvel guy, but I seriously think that this is the MCU's time, bro, or the DCU's time. Yeah, I think it's DC's time.
Yeah, because it's gonna take a while for Marvel to get back into a real flow as far as being creative, picking the right actors, the right scripts, the writers. They got to go back to the drawing board.
They're not even thinking. Yeah, they're not even thinking about it right now.
Yeah,
they're still making plans to pump out more of this bullshit. So they haven't learned anything yet. So we're a ways off for Marvel to change at any time. So yeah, it's DC, man. Marvel Spotlight might do something. I don't know. I don't know what that's gonna be yet.
I'm worried about Spotlight because I feel like their answer is like, oh, more content, and it's like, no, that's not the answer to like what's going on right now. Like, I mean, I guess it's nice to have like more grounded stories, but if you don't fix the core issue of your writing and your poor planning, like Spotlight is just gonna so it's
well, like, I mean, I don't see Spotlight helping the MCU in any way, just being its own thing.
I know, even that, because it's like, even if it's not connected with the MCU, it's still content, and that's when I talk to my friends and when I talk to like, just my friends and everything who are more casual than myself, their main thing is like, it's just so much to take in. And I feel like that's their big issue, is they just have so much content. And even if it's not connected to the MCU, it's a lot.
Fans won't get all that. Like, not fans, but casual people don't get what's continuity and what's they don't get all that.
They should focus on trying to fix the MCU. That's your money right there. Like, focus on rebuilding that, and maybe Spotlight's the way to do that, or maybe not. But I just feel like, I don't know if Spotlight is their answer, but I hope it works out, because on paper it sounds great. I just feel like in execution, I don't know, and I don't really trust them anymore. So it's like,
yeah. No, I mean, you're not wrong. They have lost all trust. Yeah, we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. But I don't know about you, but when I think of Superman's enormous rogues gallery of iconic villains, we've got some dope ones coming out for this movie. Brainiac is something we've never seen. Bizarro, maybe. Zod, they're not really talking about, which is cool because we've seen a bunch of that. But the Engineer is one of the big villains that most people haven't heard of. and going to be apparently James Gunn, is going to be using this the Engineer as one of the big bads in Superman Legacy. They basically it's they're skipping over characters like Brainiac and Zod and Bizarro to jump in on this odd figure from DC Comics' deepest corners of obscurity. Given James Gunn's track record, obviously this is his bag. That's what he's into. It's what he does. He does it well. Brings obscure characters out of obscurity. But who is the Engineer, and why should the Man of Steel be intimidated by her? Yes, it is a female. But yeah, for quite a few reasons, honestly. Engineer is also known as Angela Spica, and is nowhere near as well known a villain as most of Superman's foes. But she sounds like she could definitely, kick some ass. And she's a member of the Authority. So the Authority is also soon to be adapted into a film by James Gunn and his creative team at DC. And this Spica, Angela Spica, picked the mantle of a previous hero, also known as the Engineer. After infusing herself with nanotech, the machinery replaced her blood and essentially turned her into liquid metal.
Yo, we did see the Engineer. We've seen her before.
Oh, in what?
Superman 3.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Remember when with Richard Pryor? Remember that villain that it was like I guess Supergirl? Maybe it was Supergirl. Maybe I'm
Supergirl.
Remember that character? She was like, hold on, because that's what this character reminds me of. It's one of them. Let me see. I think it was Superman 3. Let me go to it.
It's not the same exact character, but because this character is a member of the Authority, and I don't think the Authority was out then. I think the Authority came around later.
I think I'm looking at like the scene that he may be talking about though. This is like
she came out that thing and she was like silver.
Yeah, she's like cyber. She has like this like metal shit going on. Yeah.
Yeah. It was weird, but I was like, well, that's similar. It's like a
yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna look that up.
It looked goofy, but still.
It's okay. The message was there.
Right.
So we had that. Yeah, Vera was the name, I guess, the character.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Now I see it. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? So he could be rehashing stuff like that and just bringing it to the forefront because the tricks are there. They can do it.
That's a good a good throwback. Like
yeah, because she's cybernetic. I mean, maybe they're naming her different, but this type of character was already in.
No, it's not at all. It's completely different. But the similarities in that it's a cyber type character is a cool sort of correlation. I wonder if it's probably not lost on Gunn. That's probably something that he did. But yeah, that's a great call out right there. But yeah, we got Corn Sweat as Superman. But then, yeah, Lois Lane. We got Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane will be a major character. Superman will, like I said, be sort of like grappling with his Kryptonian heritage. The movie will take place in Metropolis and Smallville to some degree. But that said, it seems to be swinging for the fences in just about every other way possible. Tons of characters, like Sada said, bloated characters from DC Comics. Tons of like Guy Gardner, played by Nathan Fillion, iteration of Green Lantern. Hawk Girl, played by Isabella Merced. Mr. Terrific by Eddie Gathegi, who played who played Darwin from X-Men, and of course the Authority. And before their own big screen outing, the Authority is going to make some kind of appearance in this Superman Legacy movie. To what degree, we don't know exactly. If the whole team's going to be in it, if they're going to be the team or what, or if it's just going to be the Engineer, the one character. But the Authority is a group of superheroes that sort of functions like a conglomerate of anti-heroes, right? So they're sort of almost bad guys, right? This is a band of misfits that Gunn specializes in. It's very Suicide Squad-esque, comic characters that have good intentions, but they'll take drastic measures and violent measures and do whatever they have to, kill as many people they have to achieve peace, kind of thing. There's been various members of the Authority over the years, but the main lineup was Jenny Sparks, Apollo, Midnighter, Swift, the Doctor, Jack Hawksmoor, and Angela Spica, also known as the Engineer. And I might have a picture that I could show y'all of her.
Authority, Anti-Justice League. Okay.
Yeah. The Authority. They're an anti. They're not villains. They're not out to hurt the Justice League or anything. But they're like a Suicide Squad in a way. They're sort of like bad guys that are doing good. Or good guys that, I don't know, good guys that'll do bad shit to get their shit off. But that's the Engineer right there. That's her from the Authority. So yeah, very, very I don't want to say similar to the cyber chick in Superman 3. That was pretty cool. But yeah, she the second Engineer was first introduced in 1999 in The Authority #1 and was created by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch. And the Engineer's true identity is that of Dr. Angela Spica, as a scientist who worked on research relating to fusing human beings with various forms of machinery. And while Dr. Spica was working in her own field, the original Engineer, whose identity is unknown, was living as a member of the Changers, was a superhero team that, like a lot of others, sought to change the world, for the better. The way that the Engineer in particular sought to change the world was through the use of nanotechnology. But unfortunately, he was killed in an attack by the team Stormwatch. And this left the mantle open to be taken, which is where Dr. Angela Spica steps in and takes the mantle. And she took the original Engineer's notes on nanotechnology and related it to her own research on fusing humans with machinery. And during this, sort of next stage in her research, she made the move to merge her body with nanotech and replace her blood with liquid machinery. And that sort of covered her body with metal and gave her the ability to create metal weapons at will, just like Terminator 2, right? Just like the liquid metal Terminator could make weapons and shit like that. Yeah. The Engineer's name officially became hers, which led to her being recruited by Jenny Sparks as a member of the Authority. Until the New 52 came into effect at DC, the Engineer was typically presented as a hero. But ever since then, she's taken on more of a villainous role. And now with the help of the Authority, she's sort of hoping to create a new and better version of the world, but with more sinister methods. And that makes the Engineer's role in Superman Legacy all the more interesting because, given her various histories as a hero and anti-hero and even as a villain, there's no telling exactly where her allegiance is going to fall or what her motivations are or where she's coming from or anything. It could be, anything. And Gunn himself has described the Authority as a group of superheroes. So Spica's membership in that team, she can't exactly be too evil, right? But yet she's the bad guy. So I always find that interesting. The line is definitely going to be blurry. And we'll see, is she going to cross path with Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor? Is that going to be, what makes him, a bad guy or vice versa? But Gunn, he never shies away from showing the darker side of characters, right? He always sort of dives into the dark side of the characters. That's really what sort of attracted me to his work. And as a matter of fact, he kind of excels with the morally gray figures, right? The ones that sort of walk the line. And any way you roll it, you can't deny that the engineer is going to be a kind of a new type of foe that Superman has never had, never dealt with in a movie. And I think it'll be fascinating to see whether this ethical ambiguity will rub off on Superman in any way. But I think it's safe to say that we all hope that's not the case. We definitely had plenty of that with Man of Steel and all that. This is definitely a new direction for Superman. He's going to be the good guy, the super not Henry Cavill, not dark at all. But yeah, I think the engineer's a dope idea. As the villain. But now that you guys know a little bit more about the character, what do you think?
I'm for it. If it's something new and he can bring something new, I mean, fresh to it,
Yeah.
let it be. You know what I mean? As long as it's not bogged down by, agendas.
Right.
Keep it,
Yeah.
I don't have any super qualms with it. So I think like it leading to the authorities, like once I found out she was part of the authorities, it was like, oh, okay. I feel like that's mainly why she's in the movie. Kind of lead into the authority. And I just part of me just doesn't understand why that's such a focus, but that's a whole other thing. As it stands, I think it's interesting if she goes against Superman. So I'm personally intrigued to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah, me too.
I think they could have had another villain from Superman's Rogues Gallery. Like maybe I think Stu just mentioned Metallo. That would have been great. I think
Metallo.
Brainiac. I mean, you could do Brainiac. He's kind of big.
Why not have it to where Brainiac and what's her name, the Authority, they're at odds? Because
I thought Brainiac was going to be in it. I really thought it was going to be Brainiac. So I don't know. Now it's
cool. That would be really cool.
I would love to see that.
Happen to be in the middle of the melee, between the Authority and Brainiac, because old girl want to take over Brainiac and try to absorb him and stuff like that, and it'll be something interesting.
Yeah, that would be fresh if they did like that. If he just had to intervene and then he just got caught up in all their stuff, and it's like a whole thing now. It's like, damn, I was just trying to go to work, and now I'm in all this. All right, that's fine.
For real. And then next thing you know, Superman talking to himself. He gives you inner dialogue. That he'd be like, have the movie start off. Yeah, he's at work now. He's a junior reporter, or not even a junior, a freshman reporter for the Daily, Planet and stuff like that. And he's getting in, people bullying him, and in his mind, he's like, this motherfucker just don't know. Look, you just don't know. I'm gonna let it slide. And he just, just different weird stuff. Like his inner voice is like, I could really flatten this dude, but
I'm gonna chill out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let him breathe.
Because what does you want to think? What does a superhero have in their inner mind when they know they have that power to destroy and just obliterate you? But chose
watch The Boys.
I think it's all comedy.
The Boys is a perfect example.
Yeah, but they don't.
Yeah, they just do it. Superman has a little more morality.
Moral, his restraint is there. He's like, I can destroy this whole planet.
Brightburn. You saw Brightburn, right?
Yeah, Brightburn. Yeah,
that's James Gunn.
Yeah, so it's like just to have that inner voice talk to the audience, like, this is what Superman feels, even though he's, the good American way, truth and justice. In his mind, he really want to fuck you up, but he chooses not to. You know what I mean?
BDB GP salute. What's good, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. I think that would show like another side to Superman that we don't often see. Because like you sometimes you can see with his face, like if someone like at work shoves him or whatever. But it's usually Lois who comes in and it's like, I know, but chill out. But so it would be cool if it was him. Yeah.
And maturity takes place. So if he's younger, his maturity is not that of the Superman we know as the grown adult who's been through craziness. His maturity is like, yo, you tested me right now. You're really testing me. I'm like, or he'll be a little petty and does something real slick, like, a little slight just to get that off. Like maybe you pluck him or something like that, and the dude falls over. Oh, what happened?
The word.
His coffee and like it has it burn in his hand or something. Like, watch out.
Petty Superman. I like to see a petty Superman. Come on.
Word.
That's a rare thing to see, is a petty Superman.
Yeah, we haven't seen him.
That'd definitely work.
Ooh.
Oh, all right, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. Leto's Way, The Authority was a group of superheroes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Who said Leto's Way? He said wasn't the Authority known as Stormwatch in the past? Stormwatch fought them.
Oh, they fought them. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yo, so did y'all hear over the weekend? There's like a rash of comic book thefts across the country.
Yeah, I saw some posts about that. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
So my league of villains are out there.
Word.
The real supervillains are amok. Goodness.
Oh, they're hitting shit hard. They got Amazing Fantasy 15, $200,000 worth of comics in Connecticut. Tales to Astonish in West Seattle. Ooh. They got burglaries, about 45 grand in losses. Then Chatham, Kent police looking for 3,000 in comics from a heist from a local residence.
Damn.
You got the Comics Place store in Bellington, Washington was robbed this month, with the thieves making off with comics and the Magic the Gathering cards, including Fantastic Four number 48. The owner, Django Boren, estimated between 2,000 and 4,000 worth of comics were stolen. Then you had Connecticut. A judge has offered suspect Sal Salazar, charged in 2019 theft of more than 500 comics worth 200 grand in comic books, including Amazing Fantasy 15, X-Men number 1, and Fantastic Four number 1. So what? Then we had Ontario, Canada, 3 grand this weekend. Burglars stole 25,000 worth of comics from Tales to Astonish in West Seattle. It just goes on. It just goes on.
The common denominator and all that, and if any investigator is worth their weight in gold, they would automatically find a link. It's comic shows and toy shows where these guys show their stuff.
Yeah, honestly.
So, and then they have their cards there saying, hey, yeah, this is what I buy, sell, and trade comics. They get that information. Oh, now we know how to get in contact with them. Do what they do. That's the common denominator. Case closed. Any police officers, I got you. I'll let you know. We can't have any theft in the community with comics, because I don't want nobody stealing my collection.
Word, that's not cool, man.
Yeah, I don't even know how you like recover from that. Like, even if you get the money back, it's like you don't have the comic. Like, I don't know how you recover from that. That's just
they should be able to get pain and suffering, restitution. Some. Yeah, bro. That's like kidnapping, bro. That's like kidnapping. You got my Amazing Fantasy 15?
Yeah.
I don't even want it back. It's tainted.
X-Men number 1. CGC. What? Are you
man
crazy?
I'm just.
I take my G.I. Joe comics. It's all out war. They're gonna see a G.I. Joe in the flesh.
Speaking of G.I. Joe.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
General Hawk. General Abernathy, son. Abernathy, son.
Yeah. Dope.
He came today.
Nice. Tough.
Very well made.
Yeah, I can't wait for mine to come in on the 1st.
I swear, I think yours is gonna come sooner, bro.
Yeah, I ain't see it on the doorstep. I'm getting buzzer tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, I'm getting mine Sunday. My buzzer.
Yeah,
My buzzer or my ripper?
you probably you got buzzer.
Oh, okay. I'm getting my ripper Sunday.
Ripper, yeah.
Yeah, ripper Sunday. But nah, check him out. He mine said December 1st too. And then all of a sudden yesterday it was like, nah, it's coming Friday. I was like, oh word. And yeah, he got the pump, he got the pistol grip pump.
Okay.
He got the sawed off.
Yeah, the auto pump, right?
The barrel, the launcher. I think that shit launched some big nuggets.
Okay. Grenade
word. And then he got the 45 with the little flash suppressor on the end. And then he got that's on the hip. Get in there.
This guy's
that's on word. That's on the hip, on his shoulder strap, on his chest. He got another 9. Or I don't know, that might word. He got a 9 right there. Oh no, that might be a baby 45.
Pump, right? Auto pump.
Word, he got that. Yeah, he got the pistol grip pump, auto pump in his hand right now. Then he got the helmet with some goggles that go on the helmet. Then he got an extra set of goggles that he could put on his face.
Hold on, they're always giving you the extra goggles.
Yeah, that's something they
probably overproduced on goggles and just had to double up. Yeah, that don't look right there.
Right? Yeah, it don't look right at all. Hold on, let me get him on his face right.
I guess you put the helmet on, have the goggles on the inside, what have you, but yeah.
I don't know why my camera's doing that, but anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, that look crazy. Right?
Ooh, I like that.
I like it, but you could take them off, and there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's got a star on his helmet.
Yeah.
A general star, so that's dope.
Yeah, that looks hard, man.
Yeah, I dig it.
Seems like they reused the arms a little. It looks like Big Ben's arms. If you look,
I don't know. I didn't get Big Ben.
Yeah, I have Big Ben right here.
Is that him? He's got does he have a bomber jacket like this?
I'm just looking at the arms. He doesn't have a bomber jacket, but the arms are like the bomber jacket arms because
you see.
Yeah, you gotta see. Yep, he has the same arms.
Okay.
Yep. Because he has the British flag.
Oh, okay, right.
Side, and then he got the his squad on the other side that's in a circle. I like that one. So if you look at, you see what I'm saying? Circle.
Yep. Exactly.
So it's some reuse.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because the reuse, to me, that shit is authentic. You know why? Because the original L rings used to reuse shit all the time.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So there ain't nothing wrong with that. That's cool to me. I don't mind that at all. I know some people complain like, oh, this is the legs from this and this the arms from that. Bro, they used to do that all the time back in the day. That don't bother me at all.
It's just the people complain about it due to the fact of the high pricing. Because with molds, all you have to do is you pay for it.
These are cheap. These are $24. This is like the cheapest figures on the market.
$19.
Yeah.
They were. So they jumped up in pricing and going up. It's gonna be $30 next year. Ooh. So it's like,
yeah, but that's just inflation though. You can't
partly.
Yeah. If figures can't stay the same price, everything else goes up.
It depends. I mean, inflation to me is an illusion of just an excuse to get greedy because the mechanism.
That's a whole nother. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think? I mean, they make it more efficient to make stuff, so it should be cheaper because you're not paying people to produce. You got a robot to produce. You know what I mean? So it should be cheaper.
Right. Yeah.
They make it more expensive.
Yeah.
Scam.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't try to convince me that the robots cost more. That's right. The whole point was that they were supposed to save on labor costs.
Yeah. Make things cheaper.
Yeah.
They got inflation. Meaning that,
Yeah, that shit looks dope, man. He looks
yeah,
dope.
tight.
I love it. Hawk. So I got him standing right now. Him, Beachhead, and Flint. And I'm waiting for the retro Duke to fill out the, because that's the leadership right there. It go Hawk, Duke, Beachhead. It go Hawk, Duke, Flint, Beachhead.
Yeah, yeah, yep. And then hold on. Then you have below that is what, Stalker. Um,
I'm not sure exactly who's right after Beachhead, but
I think it's Stalker.
hmm.
It's right after. I'm not sure. He may be before. We just may have added Beachhead, but yeah, man. Shit.
Thorn Rad, what do you think about the femalizing of of Norrin Rad? Do
Mm.
you
So
my
yeah, yep.
my
So
thing is, yeah, I don't mind the female Silver Surfer if Norrin Rad is there, but don't try to tell me Norrin Rad don't exist.
yeah, yeah. That's the weird thing about it. I mean, when they go to that extent and just really extreme changing the genders where you don't really need to do that.
Yeah. And it just makes the character unrecognizable. That's just bullshit.
I think they just want to destroy the Marvel universe at that point. Like,
I
you know,
do.
Oh, yeah.
No bullshit. That's how it really seems.
like he wants to get out of his contract so bad now. He's like, I'm done. How can I get out of this contract or whatever? Let me just destroy shit.
Or Feige just gonna kill it. But
Like, I'm done.
oh man, look at this camera.
In this way, I can get a new contract elsewhere for something. But by that time, I think he's probably sick of it at this point. Sometimes there's nothing new to create, nothing adventurous. You did it all already. You already made your mark as you helm the greatest.
Yeah, but don't ruin your legacy now.
Yeah, but those
It's,
contracts.
it's how it ends up. Look, Game of Thrones guys did the same thing. They fucked up. They were like, "Oh, we're tired of Game of Thrones. We're getting ready to go and make fucking Star Wars," and you failed. You did not stick the landing, and you one of the greatest show of all time has a bitter fucking taste, and it's because they didn't stick the landing, man. So you got to watch that the way you end shit off, man. Your legacy can be fucking trashed.
Well, yeah. See, with Game of Thrones, those people they strayed away from the source material, similar to what we're dealing with the MCU. They ran out of book material, so they were like, okay, let's try to write our own thing. And that shit didn't work. So it's like that's kind of why that kind of ended up how it did. And like,
yeah, it's a lot of shit.
The MCU where you keep straying from the source material where there's no need to, and the things you come up with we don't like. So it's like. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is their opportunity. So if the Superman movie doesn't hit, they'll be in the same position that Marvel is in because people have not forgotten how the DCEU went down. So,
right.
at least I know I haven't. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have a chance right now to fix what they ruined and take the lead because Marvel is slipping. Like you said, Norrin Rad, they are slipping hard. The Super 7, I was real excited for those, and I am not impressed at all. I got the Cobra Commander on sale, like 65% off. I got it for like $20 because those go for $55. And I got the Cobra Commander for like $20. And man, if I would have paid $55, I'd be pissed. They're cheap. They seem kind of cheap. When I compare them to a classified, the quality is just not there.
Well,
and I don't mean the stylized. I don't mean the style. I mean the plastic. I mean the actual quality of the fucking items. Yeah.
I mean, Super 7 is a hit or miss with certain lines that they produce. But yeah, Joe, I have those characters. You know, my only thing is when you find them at Walmart, they're stripped of all that comes with them as a collector. You want the box, you want the covering for the box, so they took all that away, and you're just buying it the way that is. It takes away from true collectors having it, because sometimes, hey, if you don't want it, you want to resell it. You know, you're looking to the packaging. See, you want that type of packaging. You want the full monster.
Mhm.
You know, but I think it's
Ooh.
dope. You know, I have the bats. I have both bats. I have Cobra Commander. I have Snake Eyes, Duke, and I have one more. I keep forgetting. But Destro. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get Destro. I want to get Destro. But I wanted him because Classified never made you know, Cobra Commander that I felt looked like Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
And
Cartoon.
this is cartoon style. So Classified does have one like this coming out. They already put one with the his tank with the he's got the little Mickey Mouse symbol right here, which was the when they first put him out, the head of the Cobra Snake kind of resembled Mickey with the two.
Yeah. The printing mistake.
And they fixed it. Yeah, and they fixed it after that. But so the his tank came with that one. But I didn't get the his tank. I got the Dragonfly, but I didn't get the his tank. But this one, but then they're doing a retro Classified that's gonna come out. It's gonna look more like this. But I was hoping this would work with the Classified, but he's just about an inch,
7 inch.
about an inch. Yeah, they're about an inch taller, so doesn't quite work. That sucks. So don't get them if you were thinking you could send them with your Classifieds. You can't. But sort of, I don't know. Like, it's hard to show up on camera. The thinness of some of the edges. You can't hear it, but it's that brittle, real brittle plastic, very brittle, cheap. Like if I squoze this helmet, it would snap. And that and then some of the accessories actually broke. But yeah, I wasn't impressed all around. It didn't. $25, the price of a Classified, $24. Yeah, but $55, I don't think that they no. So I'm glad that I got that one for $20 and I won't buy another one. I won't buy them like at $50. If I can get them at $20, I'd buy them. But
they may go down. Well, considering today, you might find them for 20 a piece.
You can get
or stuff like that.
Yeah. Some of I think it was Big Bad where I got this one. So they did a sale like 65% off some of the Super 7. And they had some of the Ninja Turtle ones, which I did want to get, but
certain ones, I mean,
gotta draw the line.
Yeah, I didn't pick any new ones up. I know they got Flint and Lady J out there. They got with the Roblox.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I may continue with them. I may not. It depends. But
I wanted to get the Storm Shadow and the Destro still, but I don't know yet. I don't know. I really like that they look like the cartoons. Like I dig that. I really do like them. It's just that they're just too fucking expensive for what they are.
I got the reactions, the reaction versions, but that's just for wall art. You know what I mean? I just put them on the wall to cover the walls. But they're dope for what they are, But yeah, man, they're almost cartoon accurate, so to speak. But hey. Shoot. Classifieds is doing their thing. Marvel Legends is dying just because they attach themselves to the MCU and everything that is Marvel. So once that stock goes down, action figures are going down, and then they got
Black Series is dead.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with Black Series is that all they're doing is fucking every other figure is they're reissuing or a reprint, or here's the hologram version or the carbonized version. There's 50 fucking Ahsoka figures. Like, stop. There's so many. It's sad. It's sad that Black Series figures have to endure that. Every wave that comes out, there's some repeats.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
the issue is with that. The real true issue with the toys, like Black Series and Marvel Legends, it's okay. You don't have any new buyers. There's kids that's not buying, and the older guys like us, we're the last collectors. Our age range,
Mhm.
we're the last true collectors of these type of media, which is the
Yeah,
action figure.
yeah.
Using your imagination with toys. Where kids and younger people nowadays, they can visualize that on the screen and have interactive games and stuff like that. So they're
Well, my son, he's 19. He collects anime statues,
see that's the other thing.
and
Animes,
that's what they. Yeah,
Anime is
they have
blowing up.
again anime. They have cartoons that accompany their products. They
yep.
have that dialogue with the consumer through the animation. GI Joe don't have that no more. We had the old stuff. You know what I mean? The video game, you know, was trash.
Oof.
Because they didn't make it like Modern Warfare. If they would have made GI Joe like Modern Warfare, they would have cleaned up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But they didn't think that way. They think, oh, we're gonna do it this. Come on, it's all messed up. It's all messed up.
yeah.
But the
They need a
problem
dope.
was they have no new buyers, and the actual like with Star Wars, who's gonna buy past the original three trilogies? Honestly, the
Yeah.
original three. I mean, I know the prequels are cool. People will buy the prequels,
Oh
but
yeah.
the
The sequel
sequel,
trilogy.
yeah, the sequel. Nobody's buying shit from that. Nobody cares about that. Like,
Nobody wants that dumb shit, dog. Yeah,
yeah,
and then and the Kenobi show and the Book of Boba Fett. You're wasting your money making these toys, man, and they're gonna go under. And you're right. You're right. The MCU and Disney Star Wars is to blame for the downfall of these toy lines.
Yep.
Because they were they were the heart of the toy line. I mean, that was the whole reason for a lot of these movies and shows in the first place, was to sell merch.
Yeah.
Fucking toys. That's what the whole point. And
Star Wars started that off.
yeah, yep.
There was money in merchandising.
Mm-hmm.
The one that really set it off in that.
That's what baseball is all about.
Even though GI Joe and all that stuff was, earlier, but to attach it to a movie franchise and sell the merch endlessly.
Well, GI Joe, the whole cartoon was created to sell the toys.
Yeah.
That's the whole the commercial. I rewatched the show lately and recently, and it's it's a commercial, bro. The show sucks. There's really no story. There's not really much. There's a couple of bad jokes and a couple of moments here and there, but for the most part, bro, it's just an advertisement of the characters and the toys and the vehicles and shit.
Yeah, and that's why you watch the show, because you want to see what new vehicles is coming out so you can get them at the time.
Exactly.
They kind of understand that with like Transformers, which is why they keep pumping those out. But for some reason, it doesn't click with GI Joe. It's like it's the same like thing. So I don't know.
Well, now they're merging those. I mean, GI Joe and Transformers is one now.
That's gonna be something.
Which is pretty cool. I mean,
I never liked it. People love it. People love that shit.
I think it could be something. I think it could be something.
Yeah,
cool.
because look at the Thunder.
I think they're too different. I think what goes on with GI Joe and what goes on Transformers, I think that's like mixing Star Wars and Marvel. Like, I don't want to see that crossover.
But check it out. Look at it this way. Okay, all right, Transformers. All right, the Autobots and Decepticons come to Earth. GI Joe's already here fighting Cobra.
Yeah.
So in the midst of all this, you got the Autobots and Decepticons. Who else is going to deal with them but GI Joe?
Yeah, but then what about Cobra? And then you got the Decepticons and I'm saying
that's cool.
if they do it like that, if that's how they do it, that's cool. I could see that happening. And I guess that's what that's what they showed us the end of the Bumblebee shit with the GI Joe. Not Bumblebee, what Beast War.
Beast War, yeah.
Yeah, at the end of Beast Wars. So there is this GI Joe force. My problem is with the GI Joe Transformers crossover is not the concept in and of itself. It's the fact that we don't yet, in my opinion, have a good live action GI Joe representation. I think the previous movies have fallen way short. And I would like to see a solid, like, let's establish GI Joe in live action first, then talk about crossing over. We haven't established it yet.
I mean, maybe this crossover will help both of them, because I feel like Transformers is in the same boat. Like all of those movies, some of them are okay, but I think as far as like the lore, I think both of them fall heavily short.
Well, I think since Bumblebee, Transformers has had its chance to really stand up. I think Beast Wars was great. Bumblebee was good. It's going in the direction of really feeling like the cartoon and shit. And they've established their base, their lore. We've had a couple movies, I think, that was good. And like let G.I. Joe have at least one. And I think that they're actually gonna use that last G.I. Joe movie as canon.
Oh,
that's what's worrying me.
No, they're not. They can't use it because that's a standalone failure by itself. I think what they're gonna do is,
and that Snake Eyes bullshit.
Yeah, I think
that movie was ass.
This is what they're doing with Transformers. Since Transformers is a global brand, it's hot, it's global. You know, everybody, and you can find Transformers everywhere. People collect it hardcore, right? So they're gonna use Transformers as the springboard for GI Joe. They have to at this point because the people love Transformers regardless.
Yeah.
I seen the Thunder Machine that's coming out, Soundwave melded with the Thunder Machine.
Yeah,
that's crazy with Zartan. Like, yo, I
that. That's on pre-order right now.
Yeah, same here. I got Bumblebee and Stalker here, even though you know what I mean.
You saw the one they did Megatron and somebody
and the Baroness.
Okay.
Even though they could have just used the regular Hiss tank driver. You know, because if I
the Hiss,
you know,
Megatron and the Hiss.
Yeah, but you know, but I think it's definitely going to be really cool.
Agreed.
You know, I can't wait for the movie. I just want to see how Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow or the guys we know, but then you have
I want to see like Tunnel Rat. Like I want to see those guys. Yeah, Beachhead and fucking
low light like this.
Low light. Yeah.
About a Ravage or something like it'd be sick. You know?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's too many. It's too many dope characters in G.I. Joe, man, for them because I just don't understand why in the movies they didn't capitalize on those characters. Like
they probably thought
the designs are so good and so well done and so popular and just it's just like, why are you deviating from that and trying to come up with your own thing? You know, even if your idea is great, no one's ever seen it before, and they're coming here to see something they know. Period. You can't get away from that. It's G.I. Joe. We know G.I. Joe. We've known it since the 80s. When we come to the movie, we're coming to see this thing we know.
Yeah.
So when you make up something new, it don't matter how dope it is. If it's not what I'm expecting, it's like this. It's like, let's say you pick up your Coca-Cola, right? And you take a fat ass swig, and it's Diet Dr. Pepper, but you were expecting Coca-Cola. It's gonna taste like ass to you. It's like, what the fuck is this? Nothing wrong with Diet Dr. Pepper, but if you think of it, if you think it's Coke, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what I feel, man. I feel like but that's just me.
Slade dropped some gems. If you look at
this one?
Yeah,
I showed this one. Yeah, but why did he post this?
Because G.I. Joe has 8 officers, 4 warrant officers, 6 senior NCOs, and 42 non-commissional. So there's more in the ranks. So we have to just look at their file cards and find out who's in the rankings actually in G.I. Joe, because there are some ranks.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Besides the ones we do know, there are other people with leadership, you know,
Yeah.
badges and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But
I
yeah,
had
man.
a photo of the yeah, it's like this. It's
Oh yeah,
Hawk at the top, Duke and Flint, and then Sergeant Slaughter and Beachhead.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
And then
That's
it goes down from there.
yeah. But then you got to think about not Keel Hall. Is it Keel Hall? The flag from the flag. You got a lot. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
Everybody,
they're there. Yeah, they're in there. They're just under them guys.
yeah.
Or they're not part of the G.I. Joe team.
Well, different divisions, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Oh, Dr. Mad Studio.
Yo, from Britain, salute. Peace. Where's Bond?
Yep. But back to Marvel though. They're really they're shit in the bed, man. Have bird status.
Well,
I think out of all the stuff that they came out with, besides the Guardian of the Galaxy, I think Aquaman is gonna top their shit.
Honestly, I hope it does. I don't have like too much faith in
Aquaman looks good.
It does.
I think it does too.
On their bed.
Aquaman looks good, man.
Yeah, I think it does too. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Alone will sell that film. So I hope so. I'm a DC girl.
If he's going out with a bang and he's getting ready to go into Lobo, as long as he bring that momentum, he'll be all right. I just know Aquaman is gonna be like, oh man, he was good, but he's better as Lobo. I think he will.
Yeah. Lobo is definitely who he was born to play. Yeah, I think he was definitely born to play Lobo. Definitely that's who he should have been playing all along. The Aquaman thing was, I get they were trying to do something different and be the opposite of the blonde surfer boy. Look.
Even though the animated TV he was the one that changed up the idea of Aquaman once he did his movie, that first movie, Aquaman got more extreme after that. I mean, he was crazy. I mean, he was kind of going that route before, once he got his arm chopped off or whatever, and then he had the trident on his arm and he started going crazy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
fuck with.
This girl is Anya Taylor. She played Magic in the New Mutants. But she's gonna be the Fantastic Four's villain. Yeah, she's
Juno.
Right, yeah. The female the female Silver Surfer, which I think is going to be the nail in the coffin of Marvel.
Marvel wasn't? That's crazy.
Yeah. When if Marvel does not give us Norrin Rad and they just give us a female Silver Surfer, that's going to be the end of the MCU. I think that's the end. I think that would just be the last straw. I mean, I personally put a post about it on Instagram, and comment after comment that people were like, I will be done. If they do, I am done. I will never fuck with them again. Like, I will be that if they do that, like, that's gonna really piss people off, like, beyond. It's like, that's just like, at this point, man, that's a slap in the face.
Well, honestly, I was done when they casted the Mandalorian as Doctor.
Yeah, like, what was that?
Like, yo, this dude does not look like that. He doesn't. I mean,
Pedro Pascal, fucking,
and then
Reed Richards,
where they're picking a very she's pretty well known. She's an A-lister. You keep picking these like hot actors to be in these roles that don't fit and they don't make sense. And it's
Jake Gyllenhaal wanted too much money to play Reed Richards.
He already played Mysterio. That shit don't make no sense. Why would you play Reed Richards? Like,
why is that even? Yeah, exactly.
Because Disney recycles its actors.
Oh, Matt Smith.
That's what it is. They're all under a big Disney contract.
Adam Driver, Kylo Ren was gonna play him.
Yeah,
Reed Richards.
the
There's
Disney
your Disney right there.
that Disney contract is big. It's a studio contract. So everybody that's under it, okay, we have these slate of movies coming out. Now, you guys, we hired you guys. These are the contracts. Boom, you can go for anything you want in here within reason. It seems like that's what it is. A buffet for those motherfuckers.
Pretty much.
It just don't make no damn sense. Like, oh my god.
Pretty much.
I think Lauren Rabbit.
Oh boy, it'll be Galactus. What's his name? The one who played in what you call it? He was in Wolverine.
Oh.
The little person.
Him.
I keep
what's his
forgetting
name?
Yeah.
Wait, what's he in?
Movie or whatever? Is that
He's
the same?
what's the X-Men? And he was
yes.
He was trash. He was
Wait,
trash.
hold on. I'm gonna find him.
Oh, you talking about the guy Tyrion Lannister?
Yeah, him. Whatever his name. Hunger Games. Okay, yes.
Yeah, he played the dwarf. He played the dwarf in the Guardians movie.
Oh my god, him? Yes.
Peter Dinklage. Yeah, Peter Dinklage.
He's all in the universe. He's been in Guardians.
He was the dwarf. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the ending Endgame.
Yeah.
What, as the dwarf?
Well,
it was the same character, I think.
The blacksmith. Yeah.
Him. And he was also in Wolverine. Now he may be Galactus. Watch. I guarantee you, Henry Dinklage, Galactus. How sick would that be? In a sense, I mean, really sick by Disney standards. Okay, he don't like being classified as a dwarf, or he don't want dwarf actors to play dwarfs, or whatever the fuck the controversy was. All right, let's make him the biggest motherfucker in the galaxy.
Make him Galactus.
Yeah, make him Galactus. You eat planets now.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't care, man. As long as we get Galactus, you know, and that he's as long as it's a male that looks like that.
Peter Dinklage, because I think they would make it a joke, like the fact that he is a little person. Oh, he's so short, and he's
yeah.
I think they would make that a joke, and that would not play out well at all.
Yeah.
I don't want Peter Dinklage. I feel like leave him alone.
No, I feel you, but yeah, you're both right because it would make a statement, but at the same time, it'd be crazy.
Take off like the thing, and then it's like da 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 da. Oh, he's short. And it's like it would be a whole thing, and it's just like okay,
that'd be crazy, right?
No.
That'd be crazy. This is crazy. So this is happening now. There's an article called "The 10 Worst Plot Holes of the MCU" right now.
Oh, Kang, forget it.
Oh, brother.
Kang didn't need to betray Ant-Man is number 10.
Oh.
The High Evolutionaries Obelisk Pit makes no sense.
Oh.
High Evolutionaries Obelisk Pit. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 contains a callback to earlier in the MCU's movie timeline by including another appearance of the fearsome-looking obelisks. When the High Evolutionary drops the heroes into the obelisk pit to kill him, Mantis explains that the creatures eat batteries instead of humans and are attacking out of fear. Considering the High Evolutionary as being who prides himself on knowing the qualities and evolutionary nature of every creature, this creates a minor plot hole regarding the obelisk. It would appear that the High Evolutionary would know of many species far more bloodthirsty and lethal to keep in his death pit, but instead he opted for one that doesn't eat living beings. You know, if this is the type of shit you guys are talking about, then they're sugarcoating. Why did Star-Lord not have his helmet?
Is this Scream Rant? Yeah, they're known to do that. Yeah.
Captive humans wouldn't survive in Skrullos.
Leaving squirrel bodies behind would have exposed gravity. That's Secret Invasion in general. That was just such a disaster. Of a TV show.
The whole show was a plot hole.
That whole thing is just a plot hole. Like
it was something do something for what you call this contracts. They were all under contract. They had to do something within a certain amount of time, and that just happened to be the project they threw everybody on.
How unfortunate. That's such a big event, and they just reduced it to that.
Uh-huh.
And it's not going to mean anything down the line. I mean, was it even addressed in the Marvels? I guarantee it was not. So
What are they saying? Inconsistent power swapping. Maybe we will get some truth. Marvel's one key plot point involves the heroes swapping places when using their powers. However, the Marvel's characters swap places is inconsistent throughout the entire movie, with the film seemingly breaking its own rules on multiple occasions. The phenomenon is explained as the heroes are being teleported to each other's location when using their powers, effectively swapping where they are. However, there are also occasions in the film where using their powers does not cause a switch, making the plot device seem only convenient thanks to a lack of continuity. That, my friends, is just bad writing, and that is the MCU right now.
Yep. Then they got Miss Marvel looking like Miss Captain America.
Yeah, I mean,
they could have kept her original joint.
I don't like, what is that costume? I don't understand. They always do this. It's too many lines, it's too many patterns. They always do the absolute most with their costumes.
Selling merch. They gotta sell the merch.
I hate that merch. I hate the MCU like figure. No figure on my shelf is an MCU character. None of the action figures that I have are MCU characters because I don't like how they look.
Dr. Matt.
They don't look good. Like, let me look. Let me make sure before I make that statement.
Let me triple check.
Yeah, I'm kind of spooked at collecting any MCU. I sold a lot of my MCU figures because I got tired of looking at famous people.
Okay. I have
the characters.
I have two what if figures from What If.
I feel like that's a little bit of an outline.
That's acceptable. And then I have the movie Deadpool and Cable. Because I try to collect all the Cable, and there's not that many Cable figures out there, so I get a pass on that.
That's kind of outside.
Yeah, and it's not exactly the MCU, but no. MCU figures, no. And you're right that it's ruining the line because they look like shit, and like they all what it is they all sort of look similar. They all kind of look the same. They all have the same sort of mudded colors, and the Eternals, forget about it. The Eternals figures were the worst figures that they did, because they all have the same suit, like with a different color. So that's just an ass. They have just like a head with like this either green crayon or yellow crayon or blue crayon, right?
Yeah.
Very, very poor design. MODOK's hero turn made no sense. How about MODOK made no fucking sense?
How about MODOK, period?
Nothing about this character made sense. But let's not say that, right? Get the fuck out of here. I mean, what the fuck? MODOK could have been so cool, bro. I think I might have a picture of a dope MODOK.
But then him in the beginning, in the first Ant-Man, when he was what's his name? Yellow Jacket.
Right.
Like I thought that was fine.
No, that's a cool Yellow Jacket. I'm just saying, wasn't Pym Yellow Jacket at one point?
Yeah. Or I thought his wife was.
Yeah. Like,
no.
I don't know.
This guy
that's old Marvel. Yeah, I wasn't. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to say, okay, Yellow Jacket, and now let's go to MODOK. Like, what kind of transition is that? We're not even the same person. Like,
it's crazy.
It makes no sense. I'm gonna tell you why they did that. Because they wanted to use the actor. That's it.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
Disney contract. They needed to put him somewhere. Or they had to pay him a certain amount of money for nothing. So they had to stick him somewhere.
Oh my god. It's like that's the plot hole, guys. But you're right. Screen Rant, they ride so much D, bro. They're so on the nuts of Marvel. It's not even funny. It's not. It pisses me
off. What do they consider top 3 if this is like the
Yeah, let me put this. All right, we got, what do we? So so what they're saying is that Ant-Man and the Wasp brought back Ant-Man's villain Darren Cross. albeit in new form.
New form. It's a completely different character. What are you talking about?
Yeah. After his yellow jacket suit malfunctioned and sent him to the quantum realm, Cross became MODOK. That happens. And then he acted as Kang's enforcer. The film's final act sees MODOK unexpectedly help the heroes defeat Kang, claiming he considered Scott a friend all along. The revelation makes no sense, especially considering he went his previous movie attempting to kill Scott and Cassie, and he was willing to kill them earlier in Quantum Mania. The moment is clearly written for laughs, but it's illogical considering the character's past. Everything about this character is written for laughs, and it's not funny.
That's supposed to be a turning point for that character. The fact that he doesn't see Scott as a villain anymore, which makes no sense. That can't be written for laughs. That's just bad writing. Like
they did that for one big bad pause dick joke. That's all it was. I'm not a dick anymore.
Yeah, that was it. That was literally it. Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and what would be so bad at just making these movies like serious? Like MODOK could be that. MODOK is a deep, could be a serious story. You know, that could be a dope sci-fi, a real serious sci-fi character. You know what I'm saying? Like they could. That's what I think the MCU is missing. I think Guardians came out. It was a huge mega hit. And it was funny and it was fun and okay, so that's the formula. So then they just went nuts trying to make everything funny and fun and not serious anymore. But if you look at, because like The Dark World was a flop. Oh, well, we tried to be too serious. No, you just didn't fucking do it right. But man, if they, Iron Man was, wow, you know what I mean? And it wasn't foolish, it was serious, and that's, the Winter Soldier, like these movies were serious. They're comic books, but they were on the serious tip.
Yeah, I mean, Iron Man, I didn't even see Iron Man as serious per se. I was like,
no, but
it was
when you compare it to the new shit,
yeah, it's not silly,
right?
Yeah, like Iron Man. You look at Robert Downey. He's a serious actor, but he's a funny actor in his seriousness. It's like, you're like, whoa, this dude is a genius at how he emotes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you can't help but to laugh when he wants you to laugh or get serious when he wants you to get serious. Like, you're there with him. These other guys.
He's a serious actor. They don't use serious actors anymore. They don't make serious roles and serious lines and serious stories and serious plots. It's cool to have jokes and have fun. What happened?
Screaming goats.
Yeah, like, it's just all right. Dance numbers, like, just
man.
Nowhere, like, okay, cool.
This shit is crazy. So, but that's what we got to look forward to. There's gonna be some Ben Grimm jokes. There's gonna be some everything. I bet you when they do the Silver Surfer as a woman, somebody in the movie is gonna say, "I thought you was a dude" or something like that.
Oh, of course. Like we can telegraph the jokes from a mile away. It's like, can you do better? Can we be better? Like, come on.
And I guarantee you, Silver Surfer will crash land on the beach while they're surfing.
Oh,
yeah. Or it'll be a surfer that like notices him.
Like, whoa, dude!
Whoa, dude! Check out this wave.
It's some real silly shit,
Yeah, bro, it's sad because comics aren't comic. They're not comical. Like comics used to be serious. You know what I mean? And people don't really know that. People think of comics, they think of the word comic, comedy, and people that have nothing to, don't know anything about comics, they think they're funny or, they think of Archie and shit like that. But comics are like serious literature. And the comics that they're using for these movies are real serious, stories and shit like that have, yeah, it's cool to have a joke and shit here and there, comic relief.
Yeah.
But like Thor Love and Thunder had relief of the comedy, and the gore scenes was like a little bit of relief from the comedy, and it's like it should be the opposite. It should be serious with a little bit of comic relief here and there.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to do that. I think James Gunn is a genius at that. And that's why I have hopes for DC right now, because of what he's done with shit. But because I know Hollywood, they want shit to be fun and all of that. They don't want anything to be too serious anymore. It's whatever. But the way he does it, it's like it's fun, but it's serious at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like watch Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker's crazy.
Yeah. But what do they said now? Number 3, Sada, here you go. Why didn't the Skrulls just replace the president?
Oh, I
mean,
why? So it's like, okay.
Yeah. How about this? Why did Secret Invasion take place in a fucking mini show?
Yeah, like
it's a major event.
Or not, or
it's
phase.
A phase.
Not a saga, but a phase. Definitely. Like
it's a phase.
Yeah.
That should have been a phase. Time freezing breaks Loki's entire story. Well, it's called time travel. Loki season 2 continues the story of the title character and his involvement with the TVA after the death of He Who Remains in the season finale. Season 2 has Loki develop an ability to freeze time, shown to be shared by He Who Remains, but that creates countless plot holes across both seasons of the show. If He Who Remains could freeze time all along, there was no need to allow Sylvie to kill him and Loki to inherit his position, as he could simply have frozen time and killed them both and continued his work. In addition to time freezing, practically broke Loki's continuity, creating major plot holes across the show and the MCU. I felt like he could have froze her, but he didn't, because he was just like gonna see how it played out type shit. He's already lived every fucking experience, and he was like, well, I don't know. But anyway, I guess that's a plot hole. But there was some anyways, it's screen rant. The passage of time in the quantum realm.
Horrible screen cap.
Wow. The Ant-Man movies have each featured mentions or reveals about the quantum realm, but Quantumania finally saw it properly explored in the MCU. Properly? I don't know. Properly? Well, there were already problems with its handling of quantum time dilation, but the sequel only worsened the issue. Janet Van Dyne aged normally during her 30 years in the quantum realm, whereas Scott's 5 hours were 5 years in the real world. This is what enabled Endgame's time travel, although for Quantumania, the time dilation was seemingly no longer an issue. Sadly, in the 2023 film, the only continued to expand one of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's biggest ongoing plot holes.
Which is what?
What?
You can't just say that and not say what it is.
Like,
that's not the whole point.
Like, everybody's supposed to be older once they leave out that quantum realm.
Yeah.
By how many years? We don't know how much time has passed since they've been in the quantum realm. For a few hours in the quantum realm should be a few years outside or more.
Yeah.
5 years, 5 hours was 5 years, it says.
So they've been in there, let's say the total of the movie, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Janet Van Dyne.
They tried to tap in the time travel. Here we go.
They fucking up. Once you add time into anything, you're fucking up everything.
Yeah.
Even with the Terminator thing, they fucked that up.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, yo, once you get into that time thing, oh yeah, this one.
Time.
You fucked up everything.
Yeah, time travel is. It's hard to do.
Yeah. It's unpredictable.
It's hard to do right.
Yeah. That's why if at a certain point you have to stop. Like Back to the Future, they knew when to stop. Terminator knew when to stop at some point, but then they tried it again and it was like, nah.
They got another one coming. Like, what?
Yeah, like come on. I think Marvel should have never started, but that's cool. That's fine. So I don't know. That was just.
I'm just waiting for them to do RoboCop versus Terminator, and
it's coming.
Oh shit! RoboCop versus Terminator.
Like Dark Horse comic.
Predator, Predator jumps in. Fucking
just do an all-out war.
Alien runs up.
Just the villain war. Just like get all your top guys going to a battle. Call it battle royale. Fuck it.
Yeah, movie villains, movie villain royale. Freddy, all of them. Word, just man. You know what I want to see I want to see a new Riddick movie, man. Riddick was the shit.
Oh, Riddick.
That was tight. That was a tight series. That was
a dope series, bro. Really underrated.
I don't know. he's too wrapped up in finishing Fast and Furious. So, I don't know if he'll tap back into.
He's doing Fast and the Furious number 30.
Once that dries up, maybe he'll turn his attention to Riddick.
They'll be like Fast and Furious. They go into the alternate universe.
Word.
Where he's Riddick.
Word.
Riddick driving.
They literally already went to space. Nothing is out of reach.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would not put it past them.
It's another chance for Vin Diesel to just see himself more on screen. Just more me.
Dominic Toretto.
Dominic Toretto stops driving, get an acting job, and he's now Riddick in the movies.
Oh my god!
While he fights a guy who thinks he's Batman. Yo, you never know, man. This shit is just crazy.
You never know. It's not.
Yeah.
Yep.
But let's talk about what they messed up on.
What? Who?
Do anything with the Hulk? That's one character that they did. I mean, come on, man. He
fucked up the Hulk. Like, it's so bad. Like, so bad. Multiple times they have skipped critical points in his character development and evolution. Like, you skipped over him basically being suicidal and not having control from Avengers to Age of Ultron. Then when he left off to space, you skipped what happened in between that and Ragnarok. Then it's like between that and Infinity War, okay, he and Hulk are besties now, but not really. Then in Endgame, they just completely skipped over that. Like, he's good now. Like, the whole purpose of his character, well, not whole purpose, but just that dichotomy between him and Banner, it's solid. And then in She-Hulk, he goes off again, comes back with a son, and I guarantee you we're never going to see how that played out at all. It's just
Scar looks weak. He looked like a monk from a kung fu flick.
Bro,
yeah, he looks.
That shit looked so bad, dude. I was so embarrassed for that shit.
Yeah, I was like, that's Scar? Man, get out of here. Scar is raw and crazy.
Yeah.
Kelsey Grammer.
Hair.
Man, he's savage. Scar is more savage than the Hulk.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro. Yeah, that was tough.
Beast was at the end of Captain Marvel. It's not gonna mean shit. And even if it does, it's like
that was Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah. And the thing about it is they only did that to get people. Oh, wow. Like, they didn't do it in a way that actually enhanced what happened in the Marvels and to set up what goes forward. They did it as a tactic to get people invested again. And that's why I don't like that. Like, if you're going to do it, make it make sense. And to me, that didn't make sense. That felt desperate. So it's like, I can't even really be excited for, like, if we see him down the line. I mean, he looked okay, but I mean, it's
bro. The ill shit is, the fucking guy that directed the Marvels, he just hella was hype about doing some X-Men shit. He wanted to put all the X-Men in the after credit scene.
It was the girl who directed it. It was
it was Nia, whatever her name is.
DaCosta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DaCosta. She was so hyped to have the X-Men, and she wanted to have all the X-Men in the after credit scene, and Feige had to like be like, nah, like we should like temper expectations. You know what I mean? We don't want to set it up, because that's not really going down like that. She said, okay, so Kevin and I, it's one of our fights. She said, I was really pushing so much X-Men. And he was like, we just have to be very calm about this and be measured adults, which is why he's the boss. You know what I mean? He knows better than I do. And I'm a big nerd who needs to be reined in. So, but there are a couple, of course, we have a mutant in the movie. So that's amazing. And then I got, maybe I got my little Easter eggs as well. It certainly makes sense why Kevin Feige would want to temper both Nia DaCosta's enthusiasm and the audience's expectations for the MCU going forward. While the MCU Studios president certainly has big plans for the multiverse saga, it wouldn't make sense to waste every big mutant in a simple post-credit scene for the Marvels. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was, I would have fought. I would have fought for Hank McCoy.
Yeah.
I would have saved him.
Yeah.
Would have fought for if you're gonna make it a real girl power flick, Storm.
Right.
Like hello.
Like, yo, boom. This Monica Rambeau controls light and stuff like that. Then you got Storm who controls the lightning and stuff and weather and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, you could have had Kitty Pryde. You could have done anybody, really. You could have done anybody.
Same lines could be used.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
If they want to do it, say Hank McCoy, you want him to make a splash with his real full beast attire, like his whole wow face,
Yeah.
It's like you minimize them to like, okay, he's going to be in a lab for the most of the X-Men series.
He's Kelsey Grammer. He's Fraser. He's going to be the Fraser Beast. Word Beast. Yeah, I mean, I'm tired of that Beast.
Man. That good. I really like. He looked better 20 years ago in the X-Men series than what they showed in that post-credit. And I'm like, y'all, like, can we like go back to the practical effects a little bit? I felt like it worked, especially for the X-Men. Like, it really worked. There's several cases, so it's like, okay, that's fine.
Can't use CGI and everything. Shit.
Yeah. Right. Well, we've got a new string of Star Wars shows that Disney's gonna shit out on us, but yeah. So this little turd here that they're gonna polish up. Look at this. Okay, so first of all, this is what I hate. You see the pirate guy, and look at Swamp Thing over here.
Yeah, that was Pizza the Hut.
It's the guy. Pirates of the Caribbean with the guy with the beard and the tentacles. It's the same fucking guy.
Yeah.
And these are space pirates, and you're gonna make them really like fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. What the fuck would they know about the Caribbean? What would they know about pirating in Barbossa and all of that shit? They're aliens in a galaxy far away.
They may be opening up a new attraction at Disney.
Yeah, they're gonna have a crossover with Pirates of the Caribbean.
This shit hurts, man. And the thing is, the production looks pretty decent. It looks decent, not great, but it looks like they spent some fucking money on it, and that pisses me off because it's, the pirates and the bullshit. But to be fair, this is going to be a very. It's not really going to be for little kids, but it's like the Goonies, right? It's going to be that kind of Stranger Things, maybe young kid adventure thing. It's maybe like a Disney show or your classic Nickelodeon or Disney show type shit. Like, not excited for this at all. And then even worse, because this is supposed to be for adults, is this bullshit. This is the worst goddamn thing.
Type of shit. This shit. That. Put that picture up. That yo,
bro.
Like Fashion Week in New York, man. All bad. Straight up.
All right. the thing, so
Where do you even start?
I know that's well, okay. So Acolyte is a show that I would this would be my favorite show. Like this would be the show I'd be waiting for. This is a show about a Sith pre Luke Skywalker. You know, this is old Republic type shit about a Sith acolyte. I'm a huge fan of the Star Wars novels, the books. Reading the Bane trilogy like 5 times. I fucking, I love Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith, all the Sith lore. Like the Sith stuff is my favorite shit about Star Wars, the Sith lore. So I say that to say, the Acolyte, when I heard they're making a show called The Acolyte, first of all, the word right there, we know, because I know from the novels, that's what they used to call the Sith followers, like the Sith, before they become lords or Darths, they're acolytes, and kind of like the Padawan.
Yeah.
For a Sith. And so hell of excited I was, bro. And then I saw the bullshit they did with the Kenobi show and the Boba Fett show and Mandalorian season 3 and I just know. So then I see a little interview with the women that are making this show. It's mostly women making the show, and they're talking about how we're gonna really love this show because they use lots of colors and it's very colorful, and you're gonna love it because it's got lots of colors and the colors are really nice. It's very colorful.
Is that all?
Yeah, and it's like, bro, like I can't believe you fucking even just said that on an interview. But the show's not gonna have anything to do with any cool Sith shit. I mean, it's gonna be, but it's, what it's gonna be. It's more bullshit. It's. I mean, you can see it right here. Look at it. I mean, come on.
It's what Ahsoka would have been if she would have went to the dark side.
Well, it's what Ahsoka would have been if it wasn't made by Dave Filoni, and that's the problem. This is not made by Dave Filoni, but good news is Dave Filoni has just been named head CEO of Lucasfilm, of Star Wars, so he's now the big boss over there. Of course, Kathleen Kennedy is the big boss. She's still gonna have her foot on the neck. That's not going to change, but and then also you've got what's her name? Also, she's over there now too.
She's the Star Wars herpes.
Yeah, exactly.
Space herpes. Kathleen.
So the third show that's coming in 2025 or 2024 rather is Bad Batch season 3.
I'm with that.
I'm down with that. I love Bad Batch. And yeah, that's a super good show. Bad Batch has always been good. Animated series. It's the 3rd and final season, centering on the genetically enhanced clone troopers that you've got. Yeah, they're all going to be back reprising their roles and everything. But doesn't exactly have a official release date beyond being set in 2024 at some time. And then we've got what I think is the best thing out of Star Wars since it took over, and it's season 2 of Andor. Andor is the best thing I think that we've gotten Star Wars wise, quality wise, story wise, writing wise, acting wise, production wise. Pretty much you name it, it checks all the boxes. And does it so well.
The sleep of all the Star Wars stuff that's come out, it's been consistent, and it gives you the background of what's going down. It's just like how things operate with the Empire.
Yeah, like, it's dope. It's dope, man. It's amazingly written. And then the other thing that I think is the best thing, it's the best animated thing that we've gotten, I think is even better than the Bad Batch, and that was Tales of the Jedi. And so we're going to get the 2nd season of that. This was so great. We got to see the origin of Count Dooku, like when he was young and shit. And the killing of Yaddle,
Yeah.
right? The female Yoda. So the first season was dope. Like I was blown away. I was blown away. So season 2 of that. So yeah, some dope shit. So we got two ass shows and 3 dope shows. So that's 3 out of 5. Not bad at all.
Well, hopefully, like, we don't want these shows to be ass, but hopefully they can surprise us, because a lot of people were saying that about Andor, that it was going to be ass and what does it have to do with it, but it turns out to be a very solid anchor for Star Wars. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
hopefully the other ones pan out that way. Hopefully they get their shit together. Yep, we cross our fingers.
Yeah. These are the. I'm not worried about Andor being good. I know Andor is going to be good. I'm not worried about. I'm worried about Tales of the Jedi, because there was not Tales of the Jedi. It's what's the other one where it was like Visions. Vision. So the first season of Visions was like all these dope like anime versions of Star Wars. There was like a samurai, Sith and Jedi. There's like all these different like cool anime variations of like Star Wars tropes. And the whole first season was fucking amazing. Just amazing. So fucking good. Second season comes, ass, trash. Every fucking one of them. Garbage, bro. Just pure, utter shit. I can't fucking watch any of them, dog.
Yeah, I stopped after the second one.
So I'm mad at that. I don't think this will go that way.
Again, the agenda popped up again.
The agenda was so ridiculous, bro. It was just every single one was all about how women are the best and men are stupid. It was like, come on, bro. It's like, really? Like this every episode, every one?
They didn't have variety or anything. It was just the animation was great.
But every single one was about
it was like
girl power. Every single one of them.
It's just like I don't understand it. Like, you can still have that, but then right.
Star Wars always just has that naturally.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. Hey, if they want to crumble, let them crumble. Maybe something new come from the ashes, man.
It's about all we can hope for, Yeah. That's why I said I'm hoping DC pulls something out of its ass, because Marvel definitely has pulled something out of its ass.
Yeah, I might go to the theater to watch the Aquaman.
Hey, I mean, if anything, it will be a great theater experience. I can attest to that, because I feel like the first one was. So
yeah, first one was dope. Yeah, I might have to do
that. Yeah, I buy that. Yeah, I think Aquaman is gonna be really good. Out of the DCEU movies, it was the better one.
Oh damn! They even I see up on your screen that they got a picture of her without hair. So, oh god damn! Yeah, they wild.
Yeah,
they fucking wilding, bro.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, bro. What happened to Sada?
I don't know. Maybe her computer con or something like that.
Well, that's why you can see the bald surfer there now. Yeah.
Oh, here she goes. She right there. She popped back.
Yeah, my bad. I had some camera issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see bald surfer. Oh. But no, it's just it's sad, bro.
I want them to go back to the drum board. They can still do a She-Hulk. Savage She-Hulk.
Please.
That's what I want to see. I didn't want to see the sensational one. The sensational one is what it is. Give me Savage She-Hulk. If you're going to do female characters, give us the raw versions of them.
That's a perfect analogy of the MCU right now. We get the sensational She-Hulk, not the Savage She-Hulk. That's what we're getting right now. We're getting the sensational version of Marvel right now.
Yeah, give us the raw ones. Like,
we want the real. That's what I mean. Like, serious. You can have your jokes and your relief, and definitely you can definitely have your girl power. Like we could definitely have female leads, great female characters, all that shit. Just make it fucking serious, man. They don't have to be singing and dancing and doing fucking synchronized dance numbers. With come
They
on,
can
man.
barely do
They
a
act like
Savage
men
Hulk.
don't know.
Hulk.
They act like men don't know what women are, who they are, and what they do, and
Right.
value they
Who
have.
is that
Know
for?
all that shit.
We
Just
know that.
fucking shit.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's like they don't cater to, they can't cater to women correctly. You don't cater to your core, like most of your audience are men. But 61% of people who watch the Marvels were men. So it's like, I don't understand what
That's
you're
Marvel.
not catering to anyone with this. So you're losing everyone. It's like,
that's what I don't get. Make these movies, they're comic book movies. Make them for comic book fans. And what are comic book fans? They're, they exactly. So, but stop making them for people that aren't comic book fans, because they don't give a fuck about this shit. They don't care enough, and you're not going to get them to care.
And this is
They're not going to ever care about this stuff. Make this shit for the people that care about it. They're the ones that's going to pay for it in the future.
And anime is winning because they have every element. They have the feminine girl. They got the rough girl. They got the smart woman. They got all that shit. And it works with the dudes that have the same qualities. They even got feminine dudes that's crazy. And like they have all of it. Anime has it all.
Yeah. And it's always fleshed out so well. And they always work together. It's never like, oh yeah, you're a man, you're fucking doof, man, compared to me. It's like it's never any of that. It's just always very organic. And it's like we don't get that with comic book media. It's always so on the nose and weird. It's just like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah. I think it was our guest the other day who said the Brute, who said that really the only place we get any real comics anymore is indie. And he's not wrong, because right now I'm reading a bunch of Marvel, like current Marvel and DC series. And like it feels hollow, like it's not satisfying. It feels like, I don't know, it feels really almost like AI wrote it. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like this seems real fucking fake.
If y'all notice, if y'all have older comics, let's say back early 80s, 70s, compared to
70s,
look at the dialogue boxes. They're far few now. The dialogue is less. You have visuals in the art, but the dialogue is not there. In the past, the dialogue was there. You had the art, but the dialogue was there. So that shows how society is not even,
and not just dialogue. You had bricks of information too.
So it's like
info dumps, lore, mythology, stories, background.
That's what we replace it with now. It's just like all these bricks of information, but there's no dialogue. So it's all it's a bad mix of show and tell. You're not really adequately showing or telling what's happening without, with lack of dialogue. So I'm just looking at people doing things. And then on the next, after like 4 pages of visuals, it's a brick of information. It's like, okay, that's not really what I wanted, but okay.
I've been noticing it, and I was like, well, so that tells me that people are not truly reading. They're just glancing. Now, these comics are meant for glancing, and the covers. The covers look good. You go in, all right, the art inside, if it's decent, it's decent. But then the story is not solid. You're not getting a wealth of information about each character and things of that nature, or how they interact. It's like, all right, why am I buying a $9 comic?
Right.
When I used to buy a $1.25 comic and it had everything I needed.
I always go back to the dollar bin. I just
That's
where the gems are.
Yeah, I live in the dollar bin. Oh, that's crazy.
That's Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
So right now in the comics, the mutants just got, Krakoa just got fucked up. Everybody got chased out, and all the mutants. So this company called Orcus, this organization called Orcus, um, made the world think that the mutants were evil and like tried to kill them and poison them and all this shit. And they held them hostage. They got Xavier and they told Xavier that he had to make all the mutants leave or they would kill them all or some shit. And so Xavier like telepathically told all the mutants to go through this gate, and when they walk through the gate they end up on Mars. So right now they're all on Mars, and only like a small handful, like maybe 10, like some of the original X-Men and shit like that had training of how to um resist if Xavier ever did this, which he taught them how to resist it if he ever like had to mind control all the mutants, for whatever reason. And so they didn't go to Mars. So there's a few mutants that are still on Earth right now. And Nightcrawler hit Spider-Man up and asked him for a suit so that because he wants to, he's down here by himself. All the other mutants are gone. So for the first time, he's like a solo superhero, and he's bouncing around doing some like street level heroing, wearing a Spider-Man suit. Yeah. And that's the name of the series, Uncanny Spider-Man.
But he's doing a Spider-Man, so what happens to his tail?
Yeah. What?
So
tuck his tail.
That's what. No, it's funny. It's funny you said that because Spider-Man says right here. He said, "Actually, I've been meaning to ask you, what do you do with the tail?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're showing him how he has it stick coming out of the back or whatever."
Oh, okay. So I thought he like tucks it in or something. I'm like, okay, I don't know about that.
But no, there he is talking to Spidey.
That's an interesting suit.
Yeah. But the stories seem really, really cool and interesting. It's just when I read them, I don't know. I just don't feel satisfied. It doesn't feel like there's substance behind it.
Yeah. And some stories now
hollow.
are made with the intent of being brought to film at some point. Like so, there's just the motives are less genuine for writing stories now. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like that may be part of why.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they even worse is they'll do stuff just to be in line with what's going on in the MCU, or have the characters just be a certain way because that's how they are in the MCU, or doing shit that they wouldn't do, but so that it can fit in with the MCU's agenda and their
and that shit plagued their animated shows, because when they tried to do that with like the Avengers or Hulk or Ultimate Spider-Man, all of that failed because you tried to make it so much like the MCU instead of just sticking with your own thing or what you already established. So it's just like, stop. Please
stop. I really wish they would just stop. I really for the first time ever, and I really never thought I would say this, but I actually hope they do the female Silver Surfer. I want them to do it because I want it to be over. Because I know that's gonna kill it. I just want it to be over.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think they got the hint. If they didn't get the hint with the Marvels, they're
not gonna get it. There's no way, because like the Marvels is just bombing right now. Like, there's no way.
They didn't get the hint because there is article after article after article, and every single article has a different person who has a different excuse and a different industry reason why the Marvels failed. None of them are because the movie sucks. It's all because the actors couldn't do promotions because of the strikes, and the reason or that reason, but it's never because the writing sucked or because the movie was ass. That's never the reason.
Restrictions in Hollywood.
Yeah. Like, okay. that don't mean a whole lot. because even if you couldn't promote the film will speak for itself if it's of quality. So it really like it doesn't matter, and the word of mouth will be fairly positive, like it was for like Barbie and Oppenheimer. So like, let's not even make that excuse. Like that's ridiculous.
They're just bad excuses, man, and the fact that they're making all these bad excuses tells me that they have not learned.
No.
None of them. What they should be doing is saying, "I'm sorry. We fucking apologize. We shouldn't have done it this way. We're gonna stop. We promise we'll do better." Like that's the sign of someone who fucking gets it. They do not get it because
they're to look at their marketing too, because it's abysmal. Like for the Marvels in particular, it's the worst I've ever seen. Like they focused so much on the cats. Like even like I saw a post which was like the Meowvils, and it was just like 3 cats dressed up as and it's like, why are you so focused on the cats? And then you in your trailer you're pulling footage from movies that have no relation to Captain Marvel. Like you're pulling shit from Iron Man and Endgame, and like none of that has anything to do with anything. So
I knew that we were great once.
Come see this film. Please. These characters are not present.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, this looking wild already.
Do it.
Yo,
please do it. Son, I want him to do it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, their CG has not been the best. So could they even really bring it to life in a way that looks pleasant? No, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I just at this point, I want him to do it. Because
I understand like why that would be the point of like you're done, because people have been waiting for Fantastic Four for forever now. We've been wanting the casting for months. Now that's kind of been trickling out. People are not responding well, and if they do this, it's just like this is one of your most anticipated things outside of X-Men. Like people are gonna be out of here forever.
Yeah. Really, I've literally talked to people who are done. They're like, if Marvel does this, I'm totally done. A lot of people are like, I was already done, but like this just fucking confirms it. Like this just makes me know I was right for being done, and that's bad. That's not a good look, Marvel. You know what I mean? Like that's not what you want. And I don't know what this is. Who this is for? Who is this supposed to please? Like who? Like what? I don't like. That's clearly not for fans of comics or the characters. So who is it? You know, and it's like whoever the people are that you're so concerned with you know, appeasing or whatever. They don't care about this shit. They just care about tweeting. They want to make their little point and move on, but they don't. They're not going to buy merch, you know, for year after year to come. That's us. Mm-hmm. We're the ones with rooms full of shit. Look at the room behind us. Well, you think those people have rooms of shit like this? They don't care. Why are you making movies for them?
Maybe we're not seeing it from a different point of view. I'm gonna put on my
okay, devil's advocate.
My tinfoil hat, my conspiracy.
Oh,
let me say, maybe they're just trying to destroy all creativity and hope. Look at the movie Equilibrium, where they take society, all the arts, music, and they ban it,
right,
to control the masses, and
then they Fahrenheit 450 type
the masses with a pill that keeps your emotions away, and you keep you from feeling.
Yeah,
I mean, we might be entering in that zone. Yeah, Ghost.
Oh, geez, it's starting.
You know what I mean?
It's possible.
They want to bring down the population. They want to control everything. Maybe they want to control creativity and expression and outlet. Maybe that's it. That's why they're systematically destroying everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's plausible. Yeah. It's really plausible. What's going on, man? But yeah, Lost Kingdom, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, they're looking for a 32 to 42 million dollar opening weekend at the box office,
They're gonna get it.
which listen, that's their prediction. That's what they are going for. The Marvels got 47 million, and that was considered a complete bomb.
Ooh, that was one of the worst for the
It's
MCU.
the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is the worst across all of it.
It's the worst. And Aquaman's not even looking for that much, so they're gonna win. And right now, early ticket pre-sales are pacing 25% ahead of Shazam and 62% behind Black Adam. The first Aquaman was a surprise hit, taking in over $1 billion worldwide. But the same is true of Captain Marvel. Remember Captain Marvel?
Sandwiched in between fucking Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, come on, y'all.
That was the link. We were forced to watch it because it was the link between.
Yeah, we would listen. That was at a time we would have watched anything they did and loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, nope, that doesn't count. That the Aquaman sequel will be the final movie of the DCU era before the franchise is rebooted. Jason Momoa will most likely hang up his trident, and you know is in talks to play Lobo with James Gunn. So fuck yeah, Lobo, James Gunn, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's when Momoa shines the brightest because he can be himself.
Yeah,
he is Lobo.
Yo, and that's where James Gunn shines with characters like Lobo, obscure, fucking wild, fucking. That's perfect for both of them. You know, I think, but I think Aquaman will be a cool send off. And I think it does look good. Like that trailer looks dope. I don't give a fuck.
That's crazy. The Black Manta,
Black Manta.
And then he's teaming up with his brother, the
Arm.
Yep. With his brother, what do you call it? What's his name again? The
Ocean Master.
Oh, the Ocean Master guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's different. I mean, see how that plays out. See if his brother sneaks him in the, you know, still jealous. They might have to fight a couple of times.
Yeah. It's crazy shit, man. And it's crazy shit going on right now in the comics too. Aunt May is dead in the comics, in the Ultimate comics. So Ultimate Spider-Man. Now this is Ultimate, of course. It's the Ultimate Universe, but that's I'm super excited that Marvel is bringing the Ultimate Universe back. Because that was just one of the best things Marvel did ever was their Ultimate Universe.
Incidentally, Spider-Man movie because that was the Ultimate Goblin, actually, right? Well, in a sense,
I think so.
I don't know. I don't know. In what? Yeah, what's
the last Spider-Man movie? Because that Goblin wasn't the Green Goblin. You know, I think it was based off the Ultimate Goblin
or Hobgoblin.
Yeah, mixture of the two or what have you.
Yeah, that's Hobgoblin, but or New Goblin. Yeah, that was some made up shit for the movie, But Aunt May, so she ultimate Aunt May passes in the Ultimate Spider-Man one shot. Older Peter Parker is now Spider-Man, married with kids. He's like an older dude. And then the Maker prevented the teen Parker from gaining powers. And I
swear,
it looked really
the most shit I've ever seen. Like
Ultimate, Ultimate Universe is definitely where it's at. The best shit goes on.
I can't.
What happened?
No, I just can't. It's just so. I remember reading Ultimate, and I think that was like one of my first like big reads for Spider-Man, where I was reading that particular series. It was really, really good.
Miles?
Was it Miles?
Well, Ultimate. That's where Miles is from. Yeah, Ultimate. That's the Ultimate Spider-Man. So yeah, Ultimate Fallout 4 that's where Miles came out. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, there was still an ultimate Peter Parker too. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Am I thinking? I think I am. I think I am. Yes. I feel like yes. I am.
Most of the MCU is pulled from the Ultimate Universe too. Like Sam Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson was actually the Ultimate Universe the Ultimate Universe is Nick Fury was designed after Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Then later, the MCU cast Samuel L. Jackson to play Nick Fury, and they thought that the shit happened in the other order, but in fact, they had made the comic character look like Sam Jackson way before they ever thought about making a movie with Sam Jackson and as Nick Fury.
Yeah,
exactly. If that makes sense. So yeah, so he legitimately was like fucking Nick Fury. That's what was dope.
Yeah, that's that indirect planning I like to see. You're not even thinking about that shit. It's just like you genuinely feel like, yeah, I want him to look like Sam Jackson, and then it just plays out how it plays out.
Yep. Yep. And we got Captain America: Brave New World. Some new details emerge. Captain America: First Avenger was a good introduction. We had Winter Soldier, we had Civil War, Avengers, but then they're making the Captain America: Brave New World as an epic, and so we'll see how that. But as work on the movie is believed to be largely finished, the expectation was that it might take back its original slot in May. Instead, the movie was pushed back to 2025. So Captain America. So I know a lot of people were expecting that this summer. So now it's next year. We have some new insights into what happened. According to the scooper Daniel Richtman, Marvel Studios decided that Brave New World's action scenes were neither big nor satisfying enough compared to the franchise's previous installments. And I'm guessing that means that they didn't have enough dance numbers. Because like this, or is this a sign of Marvel maybe getting the picture? Like maybe they're getting the hint, like it's time to fix some shit. And this is not the first time. Like this Brave New World, it's not the first project that they're like backpedaling a little bit and gonna fix now.
I don't think they with Captain America, I don't think at any rate you can effeminize him, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You can't really do that to Captain America. You know what I'm saying? You can't put in the dance.
They made Taskmaster a woman.
Huh?
They made Taskmaster a woman.
Even though Taskmaster was a woman, that was a badass Taskmaster, though.
But still, they should have left him a man.
Written Taskmaster, but
the thing is like this: why make it a woman when you're trying to show me that Black Widow that these women are dope as the men or better than the men? If that's the case, why can't they beat a man villain? Why does the villain have to be a woman to fit her? Like that
it goes back to what we talked about merchandise. They needed a female villain to go with to play with the toys, to match up.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah. I didn't mind that it was like,
I feel you though. I feel you.
Yeah. I didn't mind it was like a female Taskmaster. I just didn't like that they had it where she at the end, all Black Widow did was just blow the dust in her face and all of her stuff was cured. Like she was fine and she was done. It just felt like you tried to build up to the fact that she had a reason to be pissed at Black Widow in the, she basically left her to die as a little girl. But you don't play on that at all. It's all connected back to the man in her life, which I guess is the guy who was controlling her sort of, which was weird. Like, why couldn't she be of her own agency? When she had her own separate motivation to be mad at Black Widow. Like it was just the way they went about it was so fucking corny to me. So I couldn't really get behind that. And I mean, I know she's gonna be in Thunderbolts for some reason, but that's gonna be great.
Yeah. Well, and No, to your point about the toys, like that would make sense, making it so that they could have the toys be, a similar side or whatever. But the problem with that is that in the movie, Taskmaster was a dude. I'm sorry, it was a fucking guy.
Yeah,
And
the
they took
stunt
the
guy.
helmet off, and then all of a sudden it's a girl. Like that guy, that was a dude. Like you could see this was a man doing, it was a guy actor. I'm sorry, it was a fucking guy stunt double. And then takes off the helmet, and it's revealed to be a woman. Like whatever. So, the toy is gonna look like a dude anyway. That's how the character looks.
It's disrespectful when there are female stunt women out there who would
they
do
are
all
female
of those
stunt.
things.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with they want to trick people. If they would have positioned it to be that, that's fine. Like you can make these movies, like you said, like make the Mary Jane movie, like make a movie it's set up to be, for women or women centric or whatever. But or even don't set it up to be that fine, but don't try to trick me. You're like you're legitimately trying to fool me. That's crazy as fuck.
I didn't think Taskmaster was a dude when they did the promo for it and stuff. I knew it was a female. I looked
How?
because of the shape. There's a certain shape.
It was a man.
Even with buff females. I'm talking about even with buff females.
But it was a dude.
I seen it was like it was kind
of no.
Yes.
No, it was a man.
I was like, it couldn't have been a dude because I'm like, I mean,
it was a man, man.
Man.
Like
a man.
It's a man, baby.
Like a man.
It's a man, baby. Oh man.
But it was, to me, it was what it was. I mean, for the most part, the movie was too late because seeing her die in Endgame and shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like now you bringing it out. You should have brought it out like 4 movies in.
Timing is a big problem with a lot of these movies.
I like the movie, honestly. I like that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It
wasn't bad.
Like
but it came out too late.
Better, maybe it would have been received better. Maybe, but
yeah.
Black Widow was one of my favorites, so that movie really infuriates me, and Captain Marvel infuriates me in particular because you could have swapped movies. You could have had that come out in between Infinity War and Endgame. If you knew she was dying in Endgame anyways, get us to care about her a little more, and then do Captain Marvel afterwards because nobody cares about her. Nobody knows her, so it's just okay.
She shows up to save the day, kind of.
Whoa.
So you're stronger than Thor now, huh? Okay, all right. Let's see what you do.
She just punches a hole through a ship and then gets rocked by Thanos after one punch. Like, whatever.
Thanos was like that all-powerful dude. Like he would beat the Hulk for real. The motherfucker gets enraged every time you do something to him. He just won't stop, but yet he knocks him out. Like, come on, man.
He had a cast on in the movie. It's like, it's just okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then I was pissed off because the Hulk is my favorite Marvel character of all time.
Yeah. I know that was
bro. They made buffoons and fools out of the Hulk and Thor and like so many characters, bro.
But the Hulk, man, come on.
It was
shit.
They kind of wanted it both ways. Like you wanted to show us he's this unstoppable monster. Then you put a pause on that for a decade, and you tried to bring it back, but not really. And then you have him in the last film with a cast.
Now he's a yoga guy,
and he gets no type of rematch with Thanos, or not rematch, but like a matchup.
No redemption.
Thanos, which
I
wanted to see, and one of your biggest set pieces for your entire saga, and he's not a part of it at all. Like, are you kidding?
And he's in the goddamn Iron Man armor. I'm like, this is some bullshit.
And playing therapist in between movies, like in the post credit scenes, he's playing therapist. Like, really? Okay,
yeah, bro.
That's what I wanted to see. Sure.
Right.
I mean, Hulk fans are furious, bro. Hulk fans are real pissed. Like I don't know any Hulk fans that are happy right now. None.
People try to use the excuse of like, oh no, they didn't have the rights. And I like that's not a good excuse. I feel like it never was, but it certainly isn't now because it's like if you're going into this knowing that you don't have the rights to that character, that's fine. So find a creative loophole, and they just did not. You would just set up story arcs that you know you can't follow through with, and then just fast forward, and then we're on the next project, and it's like all this stuff has happened, but we don't ever get to see it. So it's like, okay, whatever.
The greatest thing that was made for these writers was the multiverse, so they can and lie and do all these other.
They can retcon anything they want.
Yeah,
like
easy. They have an excuse. They can fix anything, change. They can do whatever they want now.
Well,
and listen, they got to thank the fucking comics for that because the comics invented that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
y'all didn't come up with that.
It was writer in DC came up with that. DC came up with that multiverse and shit. Forget the writer.
That was Jack Kirby, I think.
Was it Kirby
with New Gods and shit? I think so.
I don't think it was Kirby. Kirby brought in the New Gods as a way. I forgot how it is because there's a thing on HBO that they show about DC, the history of comics and stuff like that, and how for far as DC paving the way of how they had to change in the face of Marvel coming up, so they had to make their characters more interesting instead of just that happy-go-lucky shit. So they had to get darker and serious. But they were saying that they were the ones who came up with that multiverse stuff, which was pretty dope.
DC for the win.
The concept of a multiverse and a multiverse in which the fictional stories take place was loosely established during the golden age of comic books with the publication of All-Star Comics #3 in 1940. The first crossover between characters occurred with the creation of the Justice Society of America, the JSA, which presented the first superhero team with characters appearing in other publications, comic strips, and anthology titles to bring attention to less-known characters. This established the first shared universe, as all these heroes now lived in the same world. Prior to this publication, characters from different comic books seemingly existed in different worlds. Later, Wonder Woman #59, May 1953, presented DC Comics' first story depicting a parallel mirror world. Wonder Woman is transported to a twin Earth where she meets Terra Taruna, who is exactly like her. Terra Taruna means Wonder Woman in the native language of that world. Wonder Woman describes this world as being a twin world existing alongside Earth with duplicates of everyone but with a different development. The concept of a different versions of the world and its heroes was revisited in the pages of Wonder Woman a few times later. Then in the Silver Age, you had editor Julius Schwartz and writer Gardner Fox. DC Comics superheroes were given a reboot with a publication of Showcase #4 in 1956, where a new version of the Flash made his first appearance. And this is considered the beginning period of the Silver Age of comic books. The success of this new Flash led to the creation of new incarnations in the Golden Age characters who only shared the names and powers but had different secret identities, origins, and stories. Later, new versions of other heroes, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, were also restarted by retelling the origins but keeping their secret identities. Gardner Fox, who worked before the creation of the JSA, where other heroes met for the first time, created the story Flash of Two Worlds. In the Flash, #123 in 1961, where Barry Allen, the new Flash, is transported to Earth, where the original Flash, Jay Garrick, existed. To Allen, Jay Garrick's world was a work of fiction as it was in the real world. This story not only presented the encounter of two worlds and existence of the multiverse for the first time, it also presented key features of the multiverse. All the universes vibrate at a specific frequency, which keeps them separated, and these barriers could be trespassed by tuning to that vibration. People could also tune in these worlds in dreams. Some people who wrote comic books with stories from the worlds they dreamed, which explained why Barry Allen knew about Jay Garrick as a fictional character. It goes on, talks about Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah.
Then in the modern age, da 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 da. That's the history of the multiverse in DC. But what is the history of the multiverse in Marvel?
Yeah. DC came with it first.
DC for the win.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, DC is way older than Marvel, bro. What Marvel came out, Marvel is like from the 60s, like DC is from the 40s.
Yeah.
Um,
All-Star Comics. All
yeah.
Yeah.
So the multiverse is a collection of alternate universes that shared a universal hierarchy. A large variety of these universes were originated from another due to a major decision on the part of the character. Some can seem to be taken Some can seem to be taking place in a past or a future due to differences in how time passes in each universe. Often, new universes are born due to time traveling. Another name for these new universes is called an alternate timeline. Earth 616 is the established main universe where the majority of Marvel books take place. The Marvel multiverse is protected from an imbalance by the Living Tribunal, a vastly powerful humanoid cosmic entity. You guys have seen the guy with
the heads.
like the purple, yeah, it's like a head that floats and it could turn around. It's got like different faces on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see when it first appeared. Definitions, known universes.
You have
Ultimate. Okay, here it goes. Oh, wow. Whoa, this might be before DC. Hold on. 1939. Ooh, this is a year before DC. DC was 1940. This was 1939. Motion Picture Funnies Weekly, #1, Earth 616, the main setting of the Marvel Universe, reality of the original Marvel superheroes and its mainstream continuity. Differences between it doesn't make sense though, because Marvel wasn't around in 1939. Oh, that's Motion Picture Funnies Weekly, #1 in 1939. Yeah, Earth 616. First numbered in the Daredevils. As the Secret Wars storyline, it gained designation of Prime Earth and became known as the 8th incarnation of the Marvel Universe. During Recognition War, it's discovered its universe is only 10% of what it once was. Hold on.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is like
there's a lot of different notes about it.
I'm going with DC, bro. Even though I love Marvel to death.
No, I mean I don't care which one it was. I just want to see. Man, there's so many Marvel universes. Earth 96283, Earth 120703, Earth 79203, Earth 13625. The Deadpool video game, that's an Earth. Like that's Earth 13625. The Blade film, that's an Earth. The Blade film is Earth 26320. Howard the Duck film, that's Earth 58470.
That's how they categorize their universes by each standalone is a certain
universe.
Like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, Earth 700,060 is heroes and villains.
That's why they say Andrew Garfield and what you call it, Spider-Man's are two different from other alternate Earths.
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
I support that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Yep, Wolverine traveled through different existence.
Yep. MODOK is Earth 1226.
So you're gonna have this Wolverine go into another universe with Deadpool, but then he's gonna be in MCU.
Yep. Yeah, Wolverine is from Wolverine. Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan universe.
Earth 21,929.
Crazy. And I wanted to say something because I forgot to mention it in the beginning because you said the guy that played Darwin, he's gonna be,
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific. But I'm like, that right there shows you that they were on the wrong course with the X-Men First Class. Darwin adapts to everything.
Right.
He did not die. He adapts to live. How did they kill Darwin? That pissed me off, bro.
Yeah, that was so irritating. Like, are you serious?
I was like, yo, this dude, why is he dead? In the beginning of the film, he's the only one that should be left.
Exactly.
So, discarding yet another black character, and then it don't even make no damn sense. So it's like, okay, you just did it to do it. The dispose of Scott's brother, who we don't ever see again. Do that.
He pops up later on.
All right, y'all. Avengers number 85 in February 1971 was the first appearance of the Marvel Multiverse. Way like 30 years after DC.
Yeah. Because they probably got into a pickle where, all right, we can't do anymore. So how can we make it more interesting? Oh, let's take from DC the multiverse. Now we can extend the lifespan of
whatever. Do anything we want now.
Yep. We can do rabbits as superheroes. We can do all that stuff there, and that's what they do.
Yeah. And then you got other dimensions, which pocket universes. Not every alternate dimension is an entire independent universe, but sometimes just maintain a parasitic relationship to a parent reality. You have Counter Earth with the Heroes Reborn, a pocket dimension where Franklin Richards stored many of Earth's superheroes after the events surrounding the appearance of Onslaught. Dr. Doom saved Counter Earth from the unstable pocket dimension that placed it in an alternate orbit of Earth 616 on the other side of the sun. Like crazy shit. You have the Hill, you have the Microverse, the Mojoverse, the Negative Verse, fucking other place, Soul World,
the Venom world with the symbiotes. They have a whole nother connection to the galaxy. They've been in every
Void.
The Void.
Avalon, fucking Limbo.
It's wild.
Yeah, man. So the multiverse is definitely a great plot device. It's definitely a writer's best friend. A great tool. It's a great tool you could just use to fucking. Oh, okay, yeah, that just happened. There was another universe. Yeah. Oh, where have the mutants been this whole time? Oh yeah, another universe.
Oh, jeez.
Or they could say, well, you know why we don't know there's mutants? Because Professor X mind wiped everybody on the planet to ignore the mutants.
Yeah. And they'll probably try to explain that away via Multiverse of Madness, since he did appear in that movie.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, man. That was the biggest let down too, because the Illuminati is such a great story too in Marvel. The incursions, Jonathan Hickman's Avengers, just amazing. Some of the best shit in Marvel, straight up.
Even though what's her name? The Scarlet Witch, she's super powerful, man. She's wild.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like she's like Jean Grey Omega level, crazy Omega level.
She wiped out like mostly all the mutants.
Yeah, she's no joke. She's no joke. You know what I mean?
But they said in a book that for the MCU timeline, they confirmed in that book that she's basically dead from Multiverse of Madness, which is like, that's a waste. I feel like they didn't really do enough with her if that's really the case. Like, all right. And another female character down the draino. Oh man.
I wanted to see her with her father and her brother. I wanted to see them, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Yeah.
I mean,
all of that potential gone. I mean, they already done messed up her thing with Quicksilver. I don't know what that was about. What was that? like
you didn't call them mutants. Then they were enhanced humans or whatever.
Yeah, enhanced individuals. Like, okay, so enhanced he got shot up with bullets. Sure.
Yeah, right. He's supposed to be faster than bullets, but he got shot up by them. Like, are you serious?
What?
He's faster than bullets, but he gets shot up by bullets.
What? Trying to save Hawkeye. Then the bullets went through
just grabbed them and boom, and was it. Because then they go in the X-Men movie where he's stopping everybody and he's pushing, making people punch themselves. He's doing all this stuff in milliseconds.
Yeah.
He could do that.
Then the bullets went through him. So really, Hawkeye would have been dead either way if it made any type of sense. But they were like, nah, we just need to get him out of here. Then you dragged us along in WandaVision by bringing back the actor from the Fox universe, and it turned out to be a whole joke. So what was that about? Like, okay, cool.
They plug it out. They have some serious retooling, whatever they got to do. They got to really sit down. But I believe it's just, you have these executives, higher ups. They don't know shit.
Yeah.
They don't care to know shit. And they just have the money, which is subsidized by the government. So we got the government's money that they gave us. We're going to make a ton of money off of this. We'll just let the people that are creative create. We don't want to know anything. But the people who are creating, they're crazy. They're like...
Yeah. And they don't know anything either. So it's like, what the hell? Like, I don't... We have people coming out admitting they don't even go as far as watching what came before within the MCU, like, or you have people making She-Hulk that don't know nothing about writing a legal show, and it's about her being a lawyer. Like, I don't understand. Like, how does that work?
And then they just want to put Daredevil because she's a lawyer. So we're gonna put Daredevil in because he's a lawyer. Okay, but he's in
a serious fucking universe, man.
Yeah, definitely serious.
And she's a joke.
He just got finished wilding out, trying to help the Punisher. All types of crazy shit was happening with him. But he's coming into this universe, and he's made into a sucker.
Oh, yeah, God. And they've been trying to retool that show. For
now
Blade. They basically fired the whole creative team for Daredevil. And they were like, let's start fresh because it was coming out. He wouldn't be in costume till the 4th or 5th episode. Like, what are you talking about? That's a third of the way through the show.
He's supposed to start off where they left off in Netflix.
Yeah. Like,
that's logical. We already know who he is. We know who he's capable of. We know all that. Let's get to the business. Let's get to the grittiness.
Right.
Well, they just
day to day.
Marvel Studios just officially pushed Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and other pre-Disney Plus out of continuity.
Nice.
I would have started off the Daredevil. First thing you see Foggy tied up, getting punched the shit out of him and stuff like that. And it started fucking everybody up. That's how I would start it off with a bang. Like, how did Foggy get in this predicament?
Right. And then you go back or you keep moving forward, but either way it's a banger. Like, that's how you do it. But they wouldn't do that. No.
Y'all remember these?
Oh my God, the little popsicles.
Otter Pops.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember Otter Pops.
I remember
in the 80s, bro. I seen these shits on Amazon. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get those. In the 80s. Yeah.
Are they good?
We start changing colors on us, man. We know why.
It's maybe the nostalgia. I don't know.
I remember the other type, the super ice.
Oh yeah, the big long joints. Yeah.
Yeah, the crazy shits. I remember those.
These are tiny, bro.
25.
These are tiny
ones.
These are fucking super
tinier
tiny.
Than those. Yeah,
those are pretty small, or maybe like average size. No, smaller actually. Never mind.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. Around those size, yeah.
Yeah.
25 cents they used to be.
Oh,
Now they're probably about $1.50 or something.
oh God, probably going on $2.
Right?
I don't know what I paid. It was a box of 80.
Oh
Box
shit.
of 80.
Yeah, on Amazon.
Mm.
I don't know.
Like,
Huh?
it's crazy. But yeah, man. Everything is changing. Everybody got to get back to the drawing board, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
The G.I. Joe comic is dope. I can say that.
I need to get it. I still waiting on mine.
You still waiting for them guys? Me too. They charged me up. I'm waiting still too. I'm like, yo, what's going on with these cats? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm getting ready to call my bank and be like, yo, cancel that whole thing.
Yeah.
No, do it, man. Because that's robbery right there. That sounds like robbery.
As soon as I tell my bank I ain't received the product,
I mean, people have been reading that book.
Yeah.
You got the book.
Yeah, I got them from another source.
Uh-huh.
So what happened? I wanted more because I like collecting a lot of stuff and having stuff on deck. Sometimes when if I sell something, I'll put a comic book with it, just as a gesture, like, hey,
Oh, right, like with a toy.
Yeah,
you sell a toy. Yeah,
I sell a toy or something like a G.I. Joe toy or whatever.
Right.
Put a comic book in there. Why not? Especially the ones I get from the dollar bins. I like.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That's a good. Yeah. Good idea.
That in there is an extra $1. What's $1? You know what I'm saying? People appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Well, y'all can see I'm getting hungry.
All right.
But it was fun, man. We popped up, man. We did that thing. We've been on here for like 3 hours, man. It's Black Friday, y'all. Be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. for DC Power Hour.
Yeah.
And then Monday, Cyber Monday, we'll be back again, 7 p.m. So we'll see y'all, man. Be safe. Have a good weekend. Happy holidays and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Everybody be safe.
Be safe.
All right, y'all.
Help those comic thieves. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah.
Be a real superhero. Bring in the justice.
Exactly.
Peace.
Peace.